Welcome back to the channel. My name is Brad, Supercoach Pro. Today we are doing a Supercoach live stream. Buys are done, round 15 is done. I'm probably going to get asked 1,000 times what my score is tonight. And I'm just waiting for my team to update so I can actually do a Supercoach team preview. But this week we scored 2087. So look, it's not too bad. Over 2,000 in any buys, probably pretty solid. Over the buys, I would have been disappointed, to be honest. I won 2 out of 4 buys. 2 buys over 2,000 and then 2 other buys under 2,000. So overall, I'm not too sure what I scored over the last 4 weeks, but it'd be about 8,000, maybe a little bit less than that. I feel like maybe about 100 or 200 points below par for the total buy combination. Like ideally over the buys, you want to be scoring 8,000 points in total. So yeah, this week 2087. I just took the VC on Max Gorn after last week's Zach Fisher call, which was the wrong call in hindsight, obviously. But 4 trades left, a completed team. So we're looking all right. Not too sure what to do with Clayton Oliver at the moment. He's dead to me at the moment. I think I might go Oliver to Rosie, perhaps. Bought in most of the players I said I was going to bring in. The only player I didn't bring in last minute was Brown because it's sub. So I went Josh Sin instead, 123k Port rookie last minute because he wasn't named sub. And there was a few of us in the chat talking about it last minute. So that was probably 3 minutes before the game. I brought him in. His score didn't count. Roger's score didn't count. Oliver's score didn't count. So all score was actually Luke Jackson for the round. We get Dacos back like majority of you will. Bontempelli and Steele come back as well. Steele hopefully scores better after that bye that he's just had. Ended up getting rid of Revel, which was fine because he only scored like a 61 or 62 and kept Joel Frazier. So he will be my M9 cover, and then Dowling will be F7 cover. Team looks pretty solid overall. I still got a few weak links. Stewart bounced back this week with 107, which is nice. And then, yeah, backline a little bit disappointing some weeks. They just haven't all clicked at the same time. Like Ryan went 93. Lucky I didn't captain him this week. So I don't know what the go is there. Ryan's last 2 weeks have been really underwhelming for a guy that I paid 640k for. So it kind of just shows that there's no player that really stays up to the top for too long until they have a price drop and start to plummet. And then Sheasel's been pretty consistent. He's a safe VC and C every week, I think. Houston, I don't know, doesn't possess the ball enough to get enough Supercoach points. Hayden Young has to keep multiple goals to get a 130, which is actually insane. I feel like if Hayden Young was, Bontempelli, he'd be getting 160s every week. He's severely underscaled as a young owner. Stewart has been disappointing. He scored a 107 though, so it's his first ton in maybe 6 weeks if I had to look at it properly. But yeah, he's a pretty weak D6. Sarong and Butters finally 121 and a 123. So yeah, not too bad there. And then Rao and Miller just really bad. So 82 and a 95 respectively. Anytime the Suns always, they just don't score much. So it's just very annoying to hold those blokes. Going good, Bills boys, mate. How are you going? What does Steve score? Steve scored 8,010 points through the buys. That's still pretty good. I don't know what I got. I think I got under that, mate. So, wow, Bills got 8,404. Wow, that's huge, mate. And this week, that's probably a top 1% score for the week, mate. 2,251. That's wild. I don't know if I really want to know. I reckon I'll be inside the top 10k now again. I blew like 5k ranking in 2 weeks thanks to round 13 and round 14 buy. I went too heavy in that round, so that was really disappointing. 4 trades left with the completed sides, not bad though. I think I'll go down to 3 this week and go Claro to Rosie. And I'm losing huge points in my R2. I got Tristan Cherry instead of Grundy, which is not good. I reckon I've lost 100 points just in 2 weeks over that move. I'm trying to be too pod-like. And then Zorko this week was all right. Brought him in. I scored a 104, so I didn't go Mackay in the end. I actually brought in Zorko. So paid up for that. So it wasn't too bad, all in all. Jai Simpkin helped a lot this round. Yeah, what did he score? Like 114 or something, didn't he? What did he score? He's risky as well. Yeah, 114. There you go. Very risky player to bring in considering his injury history, but it's worth the gamble at 361k. So well done, mate. So hence why he got a huge score this week as well. He's probably good as an F7. I probably wouldn't love Simpkin as an F6. Same with Cozzy Pickett. I'm pretty sure he shat the bed, so to speak. What did Cozzy get in the end? I feel like it was in the 60s. All the rookies this week were pretty poor too, unfortunately. Like, no rookie really went crazy. 62 for Pickett. That's disgusting. Be disappointed if you brought him in. I was thinking about bringing him in. Hey, Chase, what's going on, mate? Can't stay tonight, but tonight. No worries. That's all right, mate. All good. No worries at all. Yeah, I was going to jump on the stream a little bit earlier, but I wanted to try to get a nap, and I couldn't get a nap in, so here I am streaming at whatever time it is, almost 8 o'clock now. So, spilled coffee all over my bed, which wasn't great, but team review will be a little bit more solid tonight, hopefully. I'll get it out as soon as Supercoach opens, basically. But the live streams, I feel like might be a little bit dead now that everyone's got 0 trades or just injury trades holding, and that's it. So there's not going to be too many questions, I wouldn't think, unless you're doing a final upgrade this week. I'll still end up streaming and whatever, but yeah, most teams are probably only going to be separated by who they VC every week now, because a lot of sides that I see throughout Twitter as well look all very similar in terms of percentage owned. So I think if you do got Primo's upgrade, you just go now a pod Primo that's going off their head. Like a LDU would be fantastic. I wish I had went LDU in hindsight. I know there's a few of you in chat that got rid of him, but he's been huge. It's been a great shout. And then the regression of Chad Warner, I saw that coming, and that's definitely been a thing. He's been getting tag attention since all the hype about Warner. He's been getting looked at everywhere. So you could almost go sideways in 2 weeks from Clary to Warner. I knew people would bring in Ridley. Yeah, Ridley is annoying. I don't think I was really hot on Ridley, to be honest. Like, there is games where he'll go 120, 130, but he's definitely got the game to go 80s every day of the week for sure. And he's very injury prone, so I don't think he's a player I'd want to bring in at this stage of the year. Or Yo, to be fair, but I don't know. Depends how many trades you got, and if you got a 23rd Primo, I think that's the way to go. I can't afford a 23rd Primo. I've got no cash gen. Ed Richards would be good. Yep, I like that one. Where is he? How much is he? I feel like he's about 540k maybe, just off the top of my head. How much is Richards? Oh, wow, I'm actually doing all right. He is 540k. I didn't even know that, to be honest. Yeah, I'd go Richards. No issues with him. At 77 in round 11, that was when he came off at like half time or whatever it was because of that concussion. So in 56 minutes, he scored 77. So take that away, and his last few weeks have been really solid, like a 163 against Richmond, which he dominated that game. I remember seeing that. And then 118 and a 115. DPP is way better than Martin, that's for sure. Nick Martin. I'm looking at McKercher potentially would be a nice M9 D7, but I just don't know how I'd be able to advocate that. I'd have to go down the 2 trades if I brought in McKercher. He played in the VFL over the weekend. What did he do? I'm pretty sure he got a fair few touches on the weekend if I look in the VFL, because he's definitely back. McKercher, what did he do? Come on, a VFL app. McKercher. I think I'd prefer him than a Salem type pick. McKercher got 31 touches over the weekend, 22 kicks, 8 marks, and 9 handballs. So if you held him, you're going to have to hope that he comes back this week, which I think he will. Adam, what's going on, mate? What do you got for me? Clayton Oliver needs to get back. Well, yeah, he does. Pretty bad score. Like, I couldn't believe it. I was out with my friends. I was at the Sporting Globe, celebrating early birthday celebrations, and I checked my Supercoach team, and I seen that Green finally fired, which I kind of knew would happen because I did say in my review before bringing in Green, I knew that Green would have a really poor game against Port Adelaide and Hawthorn. I knew that those are the two sides he averages really poorly against, and I had a feeling that after those games that he'd go nuts, and my prediction was right. And I think Tom Green from here on out will still do well. So I know this sounds really wild, and you think I'm crazy right now, but if I was a Clary owner and I didn't own Tom Green, I'd actually go Green to Oliver to Green, because I think Green's back. The game's definitely not past him. He's only 23 years old. So, but Clary, I just think it's a fitness issue and a tagging issue each week. He just can't handle a tag. Now that Shark's gone as well, there's no one else to go to, so they're just going to go to him every time. But yeah, I can't remember who did a job on him when I heard the news of it, but I was pretty annoyed that was it Will Phillips or something like that going at Oliver. Like, how do you let a VFL player get to you? And I know he had 4 free kicks against, but yeah, he's annoying. I might go Oliver to Rosie this week. Coffee's a bit warm. Wardle, so this Bills boys, Adam, him and Wardle next year. I wouldn't even go Clary next year, to be honest. I think I'm totally off Clary. Wardle I like, though. He's got another 120. I'm pretty sure. He's had a really good last month. Wardle's numbers, what are they? I was looking at him maybe going even sideways from Clary to Wardle, but I don't think I'll be able to afford it now. What a gun. So from round 8 onwards, Wardle's gone 123, 59, which ain't good, but 79, 88. But the last 2 weeks and 3 weeks, 114, 222, and another 122. Sorry, back-to-back 122s. I said 222 then. So I don't know what his 3-round average is, but it's maybe around 118-ish or something like that. So not bad if you got him. He'd be an absolute pod as well. He's in surely less than 1% of the sides. He's in 5% of the sides, Wardle. That's crazy. That's overs for what I thought. Supercoach crazy. What's going on? Is Supercoach actually open right now? Is that what you're talking about? Let's have a look. I'm seeing a lot of 2-1s this week, like 2100 scores is what I'm trying to say. I am not hungover. It still hasn't refreshed. Tell you what, though, went out last night. That wasn't too bad. Went out to the Globe, and then this place called Bam Bam and somewhere else last night, and missed a few of the games. So my team review will be pretty short and pretty to the point tonight, and probably release it tomorrow morning. Depends what time it actually comes out. There's no other players I want to sideways trade apart from Clary. Jackson's been annoying this week. I can't get a hold of Jackson. You either score me a 60 or a 100. I'm very confused with Jackson. Been a good R2 swing, but man, he's frustrating. Another ton for Danaher for me. He's next. Oh, wow. What's he been doing? I remember when you commented on my YouTube video saying you're going to bring Danaher. I was like, that is the most crazy move I've seen in a while that someone post. And then he's gone nuts again, has he? Danaher. If anyone on the live stream asked me about Eric Hipwood tonight, I'd probably lose my mind. I can't believe that Spud is kicking multiple goals. Danaher at 104 after 130 the week before. What the hell? Danaher is literally the 15th. Is he the 15th? No, he can't be. He's higher than that. The 9th ranked forward this week. He will be more than that, actually, after After this week, he might even be top 6, Adam. Maybe even more than that. I'll be interested to see, but that's a very good pod that you picked. I don't know why you thought of that. Um, yeah, I did trade fit. I definitely did. But like I said, I won't know much on the team review, so I'm just going to have to wing it. Have a look at their fantasy scores and see what they actually had disposal wise. But it'd be a pretty quick video for me tonight in terms of Supercoach wise. Like, I didn't catch many games at all, unfortunately. Over the buys, I'll get a little bit. Don't know. There's over the buys, I kind of get a little bit bored of the games because you're looking at a best 18 scenario. And I don't have any Essendon West Coast games. I didn't watch that game, so Essendon West Coast was irrelevant for me. Suns and Freo was relevant, so I watched that. North Melbourne and Melbourne was relevant. But then, yeah, the Brisbane game, that was just disappointing because Port Adelaide players just got smashed. I was looking at Sin's score, and he only had like 10 touches for 49 points. So I brought him in and didn't even get me any points on field. I thought he'd be a solid option considering he did about 50 and 3/4 before he did his shoulder. Jonas, yeah, I think we've got head to head this week, Jonas, and he killed me. So you got 2-1-1-6 for me. Oliver on field didn't help. Yeah, I was surprised you weren't going to stir me up saying, did you see your team outdo mine? I think you beat me by 40 points or so, or something like that. Maybe 30 or 40? 31, I think. Anyway, well done to you, Jonas, for smashing me. Jonas, what have you written here? Eric Hipster Woody has a few big games each year. Yeah, but like I was saying before, he's ninth averaging forward so far. And at the end of this week, I think he'll be about sixth. Adam, the ruck time on ground was convincing for Joe. Yeah, okay. So he obviously pinched rucks. I haven't watched too many Brisbane games this year, to be honest, to know that. But I know McInerney is their main ruck, of course. But yeah, right. Danaher. I remember Danaher when he first went to Brisbane. Everyone picked him in our Supercoach sides, and he was a good rookie at the time. Is ranking overpriced, not sold on him. I don't think he's overpriced at all, actually, Bills. Let's have a look. I think he's a very good pick. Like, I'm anti-potting the guy, and I'm not excited about that, that's for sure. He's the 5th averaging ranked forward. The role is good. This is his rank and score this week. Sorry, for the year, my bad. 97, 81, 68, 88. So I saw him up to start with. Then he went 121, 85, 113, 93, 142, 125, 96. To be honest, he's averaging 100.8. I don't know what more you want. The only other 4 players, Bills, that are outscoring ranking on average is Luke Jackson, Dane Zorko, Sam Flanners, and Heaney. So he's up there, and he's probably out averaging Jackson after that 66 from him. So he's probably the 4th best forward. And then from 5 to 8, it's a little bit anyone, really. From Danaher, Moore, Waterman. Waterman had a bad game, mind you. Fisher, Jeremy Cameron. Be interesting to see what Harley Reid does now that he's had a few weeks off after that tackle. Very interesting to see what happens there. Daniel, wow. Yeah, okay. So what do? You did 8-0-5-1 bias scores, including 2-2-9-3. So rest shocking. Yeah, well, at least you made up for it with the 2-2-9-3. If you didn't score that, Daniel, you'd be kind of stuffed. But I wonder if I can do quick math on my total score for the 4 rounds and see what I produced. What did I do? I'll have a look in a second. That was your first buy. Wow. Oh no, it's updated. Oh, now I'm worried. It has updated. All right. So Supercoach side this week. You're going to get a little bit of a preview here. Yes, we're inside the top 10K. We're 9904. Yeah, okay. So for the weekly rank, top 8% score, which is okay. Top 8 for the round. Total scores, top 5%. I've got 8 rounds to make it into the top 1K. I'm gonna have to do some pod things. I don't know. I won 8 out of 11 leagues. I've got 4 trades left. How come we can't trade out players right now? It says it's updated, but it says my score's updated, but it's got locks on every single player. Oh, you can't see that. There's no point. It's updated 666 with 3 trades. What, 666,000 with 3 trades? That's crazy if you got that much cash left over. How come I can't trade players out though? What is going on? Can you guys actually make trades? Because I cannot. No rank. What do you mean no rank? Well, no rank. Team of the week scored 2-4-1-7. Had Tom DeConning as VC. That's crazy. It's a good pick, but when Pitney comes in, he only averages 70 with Pitney and like 130 without Pitney, something crazy like that. Okay, I can trade Oliver, but who could I get for Oliver? Let's have a look. Oliver for Rosie would pocket me 67k. But I can't put that 67k on top of anybody. I can't even do anything with that money. It's so annoying. It's irrelevant. There's no one. And now I can look at my trades at least and see what's out there. Tempted with McKercher. If McKercher's named this week, I wouldn't mind going Clary to McKercher and banking whatever the money is and then upgrading somebody else. Clayton Oliver. I think he's got to go. I don't know. 478k gives you bugger all, though. Who else could I go to? Nah, not touching Blake Acres. I go 3-round average, see who's hot. Not touching Steel Sidebottom. That's a disgusting pick. Massimo? No, you surely wouldn't go Massimo. That's disgusting as well. Massimo's been good since everyone traded him out. Massimo since round 10, 102, 107, 103, 92, 106 is actually better than Oliver. Dry Simkin, I don't trust injury-wise, I don't think. What are you guys writing in here? Adam, up 2 ranks now, 138. Wow. Counting that as a win. Yeah, I would too, mate. Jonas, Oliver, 458. Rosie, 410. Kerno, 457. I've already got Kerno, Jonas, but I'm thinking of Oliver to Rosie. It is huge, isn't it? That's crazy. Adam's 138. He's got a pod in Danaher. What's Oliver's break even? I think it's about 130. 137 is his break even. If he scores at 85, he always is 23k. On the flip side to that, excuse me, where would it be? Rosie's break even is 52. So you could wait 1 week technically, but you wouldn't want to risk it. Oh no, but Rosie plays St Kilda. Imagine if Rosie gets a tag instead of Butters. That'd be a killer. That'd be just everybody's like. They jump from Rosie and he's the one that gets tagged and not Butters, and then Rosie drops a 30 and then Oliver goes 110. That'd be ridiculous. I've already got Kerno though, so there's no point me thinking about that option. Interesting. Georgie Hewitt, no thank you. I had thought about it weeks ago, but he's a sub risk for some stupid reason. I don't know why Carlton use him as a sub. Nah. Jake Lloyd's disappeared as a pick this year, that's for sure. Blake Acres, no. Jack Viney Jack Viney with no Petrarca. I don't know if I could do it. I'd rather Rivers. Nah, no way, Jack Viney. That's something my dad would pick. Could you? Nah, there's literally nothing from Oliver. It's either Oliver the Rosie or Oliver the Kerno. If you don't got Kerno, I suppose. But yeah, there's weird. What can you do in defense for 478? Is there anything in defense you could do if you use DPP? Would you go McGrath? Nah, that's McGrath isn't appealing. No, thank you. William Duggan, yuck. Stephen May. Would I go Clary to Stephen May? Trent Rivers has a 3-round average of 105. I wish I could afford Rankin. Rankin to Oliver to Rankin would be nice. Trent Rivers, since the Petrarca thing, 111, 131, 451. Interesting. I am Chincotta, Crazefit. I am definitely Chincotta. Shaved my head last minute. Really last minute. I'll explain that story later, but it's not in celebration of Chad Warner, though, that's for sure. What do we got? Bills. Is Bont VC into Green C crazy this week? I haven't looked, but let me have a look for you, mate. Comments are going a little bit. Here we go. You guys are all here. My internet seems to be okay too, so hopefully we don't bugger out at some point. But what do you got for me? Bontempelli has North Melbourne. That's a good matchup. 169 last time against Melbourne. And who's Green got? Was Green got any taggers? Adelaide. I don't think Adelaide tag. Oh, okay. I'm going to optimize my side and see what my projection is. And I hate projections, FYI. Projections are a load of crap. Come on, team. I'm projected 2559. There's no way I'm getting that. If I even get 25 anything, I'd be very surprised. Projections are the biggest load of crap I could ever look at, ever in my life. Gaun's projected to go 79 this week, and you guys wonder why I don't feel like projections are accurate. Kerno's predicted to go 69 against Richmond. I tell you what, Kerno's going to be a nice VC. I might even VC Kerno against Richmond. In all honesty, I might VC bloody Kerno. Bontempelli's only projected 127. He's going 150 in that game, surely. Yeah, I don't like him. Anyways, I'll probably VC Kerno if I can. Where's Kerno playing? Oh, he's the last game. Are you serious? He's the second to last game. I might go Bontempelli into Kerno. Bont into Kerno. Oh, Maxi Gawn against Brisbane last time. I think Maxi Gawn smashed Brisbane, didn't he? Because he scored like a ridiculous score, I thought. Gawn, I don't trust any of the Freo players at the moment. I'm getting a little bit cold feet on them. Gawn into Bont, but I really like Kerno. What's Gawn did? What's Gawn did? Good English, Brad. He went 138. Maybe I'll do that. But I still think I might chuck the C on Kerno this week because Richmond are going to get absolute trounced and he's going to kick 8 goals this weekend, honestly. This is the 1 week I'd happily do a pod knowing that Kerno's going to go nuts. We've got no backline whatsoever. Bolter will give away 4 free kicks against the bloke. Where are we? I've lost it. Too many things going on. Where the hell did we go? So I don't think it's crazy, but I think the C on Green is crazy Bills, boys. Hectic Lebo. One. I need one more primo forward. What are the options? What money do you got there, Hectic Lebo? And who do you already have? Just without knowing, forwards wise, if I had a blank canvas, you'd want Heaney, Flanders, Rankin, Zorko, Curnow. I reckon Danaher's actually a shout. And the last player, Fisher or Jeremy Cameron as well. I like. I think that's 6 players, so I'm sure there's one I mentioned there that you don't have. Adam, Trent Rivers could be interesting. Yeah, I'm thinking about it. Crazy for you, Glock and Dakota. Scott, g'day, Brad. Thanks for the insights on the Wardle and Yo from me, mate. Those boys went all right. No worries at all, mate. No worries. I like the Wardle pick. Adam, I wouldn't go there. Are you talking about Rivers? Okay, Hectic Globo. This is your follow-up thing from before. Get to the rest of the questions. But you got Zorko, Fisher, Flanders, Heenan, Curnow. I traded in Rankin. I'd probably do that because that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, that's fine. That's exactly 6. So I'd do that, mate, for sure. I like that. Now where was I? Back to the right hand side. Projected 2597, crazy. That's crazy. Did you get any multis, by the way, after that message the other day? Oh, no shit. What's going on? JG. Always in my head is so hard for me to like get that concept. I'm going Wild Legends as well leading into this round. I had an eye on Jackson F6 thoughts this week. I'm going Jezza McCameron. I'd probably like Jezza over Jackson, especially this. Jackson only makes sense if you've got it like an R3 swing of Livingston or Finbar McRae, or whatever his name is. Finbar, it's not McRae, is it? But as a loop, so he could cover your ruck line. But I think Jezza probably outscores Jackson from here on out, personally, especially with Hawkins going down. I'd rather Jezza. If I wasn't grabbing Curnow a few weeks ago, I would have went Jeremy Cameron, mate. So I'd say that one for sure. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I'm really hot and cold with Jackson. I get really excited and get pumped over the moon when he scores really well, but then he'll have these games where he'll just give you a nice 60 for no reason, and you just sort of like, why does Darcy have to play so well? Darcy played a brilliant game today, so it killed Jackson's ruck time. So then he ends up playing forward a lot, and unless Freo got an easy matchup up forward, it's not a good day for Jackson, especially if you can't clunk him. If he doesn't clunk him early, his score doesn't go anywhere. He handballs too much too for me. Bills, I'm projected 2-6, not going to happen. Well, with your guys' scores, I think it will. Adam, 2-6 as well. Not a chance. Yeah, 2-6 is a little bit wild. Wow, project. Everyone's 2-6. I'm not getting that. Yeah, see, at least you guys are realistic. I never understand when people think projections are legit because they're always at least 150 points out either way. So I never get excited about, oh my god, my projection's 2-7 this week. Look at me go. It's not going to happen. Jonas, Geelong are cooked. Too slow versus Essendon. Where is it playing at though, Jonas? If it's playing at GMHBA, I reckon Essendon actually done there. Hawkins is done. Hawkins surely doesn't come back. They got to bring in Shannon Neal. Just bring in Shannon Neal now. Plonk him forward. If it's GMHBA, I'd be tipping the Cats though. Where is it? It's at the MCG. Wow. I'm tipping Essendon then if it's at the G. Where are we? I really should have used StreamYard tonight. There's that many questions. It helps when it comes up on the screen. Where we got Bills 215 the previous week. Gorn's going crazy. Yeah, Yeah, I feel like it's probably safe to go Gorn into Bonds. Hector Glebo, I did answer that question. Marshall Williams, hello mate, I don't think I've seen you before. My pods are Simpkin, Kindwell, Chris. They are absolute pods. Go on, what do we got? Blakey, Kerno, all ton this week. Yeah, that's pretty good considering Blakey did a 65 the week before, so it's good bounce back from him. They are pod and a half. I don't know about Jai Codwell. He produces a lot of 80s for me, so it's the first time I've seen him ton up in a while. I still like Kerno over Codwell if I had to as well. Parrish is back soon, surely as well. Like, what do we got forwards wise? I'm pretty sure I looked at Codwell a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So since round 10, he's gone 103, 80, 88, 94, 115. The 115 was against West Coast. So I don't know. I don't know what to think of him. I'd still rather Kerno at this point because at least he's going to kick bags every week. He's going to win the Coleman, so they're going to feed him the ball. I think he's a great pick. I reckon he'll go 160 this week against Richmond. Where am I? They are good pods though. FYI, Crazy Fit. I have Flanders, Heaney, Zorko, Fish, Rankin, Sexton, and Fife. Well, Fife is useless. Crazy Fit. I hope Fife is F7 if that's what you're saying. Flanders, Heaney, Zorko, Fish, Rankin, Sexton. Well, you're probably obviously putting Fife as F7 because I wouldn't even be confident in looping Fife at all. I'd almost just field Sexton, not even have to worry about the loop. Sexton scored an 80 even with Will Power there. I think Sexton's probably a hold now, unless you can go Sexton to Connor Rosie for an M9. That's what I'd be doing if I could. Or maybe Sexton to... I don't know if I'd advocate Sexton to Simpkin. I feel like they'll score around the same each week. Jonas, the rank pig string, scores well. Hope he avoids injury, as I only have 3 trades left. Yeah, true. You're talking about Rankin. You and your nicknames. 3 trades. I think I'll have the same at the end of this. Caldwell's another I'm keen on. Just so consistent since round 3. JG, let's have a look. You are right, though. He's a very consistent player. This is his scores for everyone wanting to know anyway. So after round 3, we'll talk about, or at least round 3 onwards, he's talking about 99, 99, 83, 129, 100, 58, 90, 103, 80, 88, 94, 115. So he's averaging 91. So he is a good player, obviously. What's his 3-round like? His 3-round average, Caldwell, is 99 and 5-round of 96. So it's still very, very good. What are they owned by too? That's an interesting one as well. 49 percentage, right? So Heaney's owned by, if he's not more than 50%, he's Heaney's 63%. Flanders is, what's Flanders? Flanders is only in 59% of sides. That is way unders. Zorko, I feel like, is about 30%. 38% for Zorko, so 1 in every 3 teams, or just over that, has Zorko. Rankin would be a pod after that injury, I think. Rankin's in... Wow. I'd go Rankin. Anyone not got Rankin, I'd grab him. He's in 7% of sides. He's an absolute pod. Rankin for me. 7%, that's crazy. If you held him and you didn't lose any ranking, you'd be laughing. Just that hammy issue. He scores very similar to Caldwell, though, so if you can't afford Rankin, Caldwell's not a bad shout for a sub 100k of that. Jackson, I don't know. Like I said, Jackson's probably only a kind of player you grab as your R2 swing if you need to for cover. But I don't think there's any point bringing him in now. I mean, if Gorn or someone goes down, you're probably just trading out that ruck line. You don't really want to field Jackson every week. Like, you just score you a 60 or a 115 or something stupid. He scored 2 tons in the last since round 2. Like, it's just ridiculous. Get a lot of 90s and 80s, but can definitely give you a 60. He's got a good fixture though. He's got, apart from Sydney, which I think he'll struggle with, he's got Richmond, Hawthorn, Melbourne, West Coast, Essendon. So he's got a good 5-game chunk there. Then he's got Cats, Port, and Giants to finish the season. Dylan Moore, I can't get a gauge of Dylan Moore. So if I get asked about Dylan Moore, I don't even know. Dylan Moore's a weird one. He's a confusing pick. If I was an owner, I'd be so frustrated. It's either a 140, a 160, or a 70. He'd be annoying to own. Danaher is a really good pick. Ridiculous, especially the last month. Since round 10, Danaher's scores, I like it. For 507k, I like it a lot. 134, 78, 90, 130, 104. He'd be a cheeky VC, especially against Adelaide and West Coast. Mackay did really bad. I'm glad I didn't bring him over Zorko in the end, because I was going to save some money. And then I could have grabbed Mackay, and then I could have grabbed Rosie this week as M9, but I would have missed Zorko, so I'm glad I didn't do that. Jeremy Cameron's last 3 weeks, I feel like he's got a 3-round average of around 100 somewhere. What has he got? Summary. 3-round average for Cameron is 96.3, so I like him, especially without Tomahawk. He'll be the main focal point, especially with this whole Tyson Stengel news. Maybe his teammates won't pass it to him as much. I don't know if that's really a thing, but I feel like they'll just feed Jezza and hope that Jezza can get them rolling again, because he can kick a bag. Jeremy Cameron's fixture 2 coming up. What do we got? Jezza's got Essendon, Hawthorn, Collingwood, Doggies, North, Adelaide, Freo, St Kilda, and West Coast. That last month is damn good. His last 5 is ridiculous. North Melbourne, Adelaide, Fremantle, St Kilda, and West Coast. Jeremy Cameron. If you got Max Holmes, you're laughing. What do we got? All right, I've gone on to a tangent. Where are we now? Max Stones, what's going on, mate? What do we got? Wow, 2207 in the top 2K. Matt Rao out for Adam, the Bulldogs. I'd do that, actually. Adam Traw. I like that move. That's wild. It's an absolute pod move. I know Cheese likes that move. I wonder if Cheese ended up getting him. Look at Adams. He's top 4 mid. Yeah, I actually know he is. So Taylor Adams. Who would have thought we'd be discussing Taylor Adams at this end of the season? Wait, not Taylor Adams. Are we talking about bloody Adam Traw, Taylor Adams stuff that last minute? Taylor Adams is not the guy I'm thinking about at all. Adam Traw and Taylor Adams are 2 different players. I'm an idiot. Adam Traw is who I was thinking about, not that Sydney peanut. Adam Traw, man, I butchered that last minute. My bad. My God, Taylor Adams is going to kill me. Anyway, Adam Traw's season from the Doggies, 616k. I'm not hungover, I swear. 91, 100, 124, 113, 99, 151, 94, 107, 153, 144, 105, 127, 94, 125. He's averaging 116 for the year. He's got North Melbourne next week. Adam Traw also has Port Adelaide after that, and Port Adelaide are cooked. Then he's got Carlton, Cats, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, North, and Giants. So he's only got 1, 2. He's got 3 tough matchups for the last 8 or 9 rounds. I like that pick. Adam Traw. Can't believe I said Taylor Adams like 6 times. My bad. Oh, yeah. Anyways, I like the pick, mate. I knew who you were talking about. Noah, what's going on? 1 upgrade left until full primo. Should I get Rankin or Kerno to finish? Flip a coin. I'd probably save the 100k and I'd go Kerno, Noah. I'd definitely rather the 100k that you can save and probably score similar to. And I think Kerno's a better VC each week than what Rankin would be. I think that 100K comes in handy if you get an injury to a player and they get subbed off in the first 10 minutes of the game. They'll lose you 50K. That extra 100K that you have on top of them means you won't have to go downgrading to a fake promo. You'll actually be able to go up with that 100K that you save. So if that logic makes sense to you, hopefully you get what I mean. I'd bank that money. So if you do get an injury, you've got 100K on top of your injured player instead of spending all your dough on Rankin, who's going to score very similar to Kerno, in my opinion. Kerno's fixture is bloody amazing, as I'm sure you've heard on every podcast possible for the last 3 weeks. So for me, Kerno, mate. Max, I like Kerno. Got him this week. 118. I got him 2 weeks ago, or 3 weeks ago now. So he's a good pick. What do we got? Ooh, some stats for me. JG, SC Hub. What do we got? Caldwell has averaged 94.8 from round 3 onwards. He's 58 in round 8, and he played just 49 Tog. Yeah, okay, that's why. Good pickup. You're all over this. You're the reason why I picked up Sin. I don't mean that in a bad way either, because I was going to pick Brown instead, mate. So very good stat-wise. Take that out, and he averages 98.2 from 11 games. Yeah, okay. What is his fixtures? All right, I'm just assuming then. I haven't even looked at his CBAs either. What's his? All right, 4 lines. What's going on? Didn't go for it. I think you already sold on him, JG. He's 476 and he's mid-forward DPP too, so I'm sure you can't go wrong anyway. He's got Cats. Did we look at his fixture? Cats, Collingwood and Melbourne the next 3. Then he's got Adelaide, St Kilda, Fremantle, Gold Coast. Sydney and Brisbane to finish though. That's a little bit cooked. What did he do against them last time? Against Sydney this year, he did a 72, so that's a little bit how you going. And then against Brisbane, the average is 85 against Brisbane, so he might be all right. But yeah, I don't know. I think you're all over the numbers and stats more than what I am, to be completely honest, from what I've seen. So I'd full send it, mate. You do your homework a lot better than what I do with those players, especially the averages. I've been looking at too many pods and it's sort of killed me a little bit. Bills, anyone in the chat, top 100? Yeah, that'd be interesting. Maybe they can jump on the stream. Marshall, how many trades has everyone got with a full team? Well, personally, I've got 4, but Clary and Stewart aren't really a full team, to be honest with you. Luca, hey, Brad, I got 453 in the bank. It's a lot of bloody money, mate. And all my forward line is premium except for Frazier. Well, yeah, okay. And I want to trade out Oliver as well. Who should I go for? Because this is a two-part question. Right, so my forward line is Heaney, Flanders, Fisher, Rankin, Jackson. Oh, you're missing Zorko, clearly. I can see that. So if you've got 453K plus Oliver, what are we working with total-wise? 453 plus 458. 453 plus 458 plus what's Fraser worth? If you can do this quicker than me, let me know. But Fraser is worth 280, 271. So ideally you got 1,182,000 divided by 2. Is that what you got? What do you? I don't. You've got about 570K for 2 players. Am I right, mate? I think that's what I've worked out. 570. Yeah, 570 for 2 players. Cool. Well then, Zorko. is 576. So then you got like 560k to play with. So what do you want? You want to go Kerno and Goulden? I'd do that. I'd probably rather Zorko over Kerno. Or bring in Zorko, which means I have 609k left. How do you have 609k? Either or. I mean, if you got 609k to play with in the midfield after that, that's pretty unreal. 609. What would I bring for 609 in the midfield? I don't know what your team is. I should have probably looked at your side, but yeah, Sarong, Merritt, Butters, Lockie Neal, take your pick. In all honesty, like they're all decent. I couldn't even give you a 1 to 4. Daddy Brayshaw. All right, I'll have a look in a second. Give me 2 secs and I'll have a look. I'll go back to it. What team? Yeah, okay. I'll check it out shortly. What do you got for me, Max? Adam got a good run as well, and Rank is losing money as well. Yeah, okay. I got to scroll up for this, Max. My apologies. What Kerno? Yeah, I'll just full send it then, I reckon. I still like Kerno. Anyway, Marshall, what do we got? Is Luke Ryan chalked after his coach? I don't think so. I think he'll bounce back, in all honesty. I think it's just a bit of a coincidence. And I think Chapman hurts his score, to be honest, following Warner and all those other players as well. But Chapman had a really good game from what I saw. Scott Walker with 3 trades left. I'm going to sorry, what are you doing? You've got Horn Francis to Rosie. Okay, yep. And make a heap of cash. Only doing 1 trade this week. Yeah, okay. That's a pod player to pick in the first place. I don't mind going to Rosie at all though. Wanted Kerno and Gould. I think whoever you bring in, Oyka, by the players you've been telling me, would be good anyway. Let me have a look at your side. Daddy Brayshaw. What a name. Wait, why can't I? Found someone else similar, but that's not the team. Why is it? Okay. Wow, there's a lot of names in there saying Daddy. That's wild. Whatever floats your boat. Can you do Zorko and Neil? Is that a possibility? Oyka, Zorko and Neil as a combination. 609 Neil. You've already got Sarong, Merritt, Butters. You're running Miller as well. Miller's a bit of an annoying pick for you. 300 short of that. Okay, that makes it harder. That's annoying. Then probably Goulden, mate. I'd probably go Goulden and Zorko is the play. Goulden and Zorko. Goulden cost you. What's Goulden cost you? Where are you, Goulden? You peanut. Where the hell's Goulden? Why can't I find him? Am I tripping? Why can I not see Goulden? I'm losing my freaking mind. Anyway, what do you got in there? Yeah, maybe Took's been underwhelming, mate. You might have to do that. I think all the picks you've talked about anyway have been pretty decent. Whatever combination you land on, you haven't given me a shit pick, so I'd go any of the combination you're thinking of, to be fair. But I'd still rather get rid of Clary over Took if you could. And just sort out by averages. I feel like you'll find a decent player. It's hard. Maybe I am a little bit slightly hungover for that question. But I'd be going for a pod as well, Luca, at this point. Definitely be going for a pod. Under 10% is what I'm talking about. Okay, now I'm lost from where I am. My apologies, chat. Have I missed somebody? Jack. G'day, Jack. What's going on, mate? How's Norway life going? It's all good. Doesn't matter about being late to the party. I'm always here for a long period of time, as we know. Yeah, I don't know where I am. Don't know if I skipped anybody here. Your team is very solid, though, Luca. I had a look. Marshall, I feel like the ceiling games are gone. Who are we talking about, Marshall? Okay, you're talking about Luke Ryan. Potentially, but it's probably because of Chapman, I think, affects it. Chapman's the big issue for Ryan in my eyes. Marshall could be a pod trade. I would not trade out Luke Ryan, Marshall. That is wild. Puffer, what's going on, Puffer? Now I'm thinking about it, Brad. Every night. Thanks, Puff. Oh, wow. That's funny. Nice to see you in the stream, mate. Max, I don't like the rank pick. He looks hurt in the game and losing money. He'll be 540k soon. Yeah, okay. You don't like it? Jump off him. I don't blame you, Max. You guys probably watched more games than me at the last fortnight, I'd say. I'm still talking about Neil Pufferfish. Somebody tell me how I went down in the ranks after scoring 2064. It's because you score. It's because you rank very highly. Also, how sick are these? Just FYI. I don't know if you guys watch Dragon Ball Z, but these are sick. Vegeta and Goku, my faves. I need a Goku tattoo soon. Anyway, just sort of randomly go off topic. Jack, how's your team looking? Finally full primo. It is finally full primo. But I'm carrying Clary and Stewart, as we know. I scored 2087 and I went up in the ranks. I'm in the top 10k. I'm ranked about 9k. What do we got? Finally full primo with McKercher as M9. He played VFL this week, mate, so that's a really good hold from you. And you've got 5 trades left. You guys are all killing me. You guys got a way better side than me this year. I'm going to say it's credit to my channel for you guys getting advice off me. No, I'm just joking. Luca, I don't have enough. This was about the Neil. Max, how good has Neil been? I got LDU and Neil his last 3 weeks, 150 soundbite. Yeah, no. LDU was when we had this discussion out of Neil, Dunkley, LDU, and Chad Warner. I think I said LDU 1. Neil, I always liked over Dunkley. I think I went Neil, Dunkley, and I think Warner was my last pick out of those 4, but I definitely said LDU out of those picks, but I could only really want to go Tom Green at the time because affordability. And I did know Tom Green would score bad against Nash, against Hawthorn, and I knew he doesn't score well against Port Adelaide, but was it Port Adelaide? And then this week he went bang, and I was like, welcome back, Tom Green. So paid 490k for Tom Green, and he finally repaid me after doing 80 scores and whatever else he did the last 2 weeks. So I think he's better than Clayton Oliver, though, that's for sure. At least he's going to pull 150. He could be a sneaky VC every now and then. But I'm hoping wet weather football kicks in because then it's his game. And he looked good from what I saw at the Sporting Globe, even though I was a jug of fruit tingle in. I don't know if you guys know what fruit tingle drink is. Tell you what, it's pretty tasty when you're having a whole jug to yourself. But did get fresh cut. I feel like someone said fresh cut in there somewhere. Chincotta. Anyway, Max Dons. No, that we did just talk about that. Sorry, Luca. I might go Took out instead. No, I think I covered this before, but I think Oliver out of those 2 you'd chop out because Miller just butchered it today. Kevin, hello Kevin. What's going on, mate? Last defender upgrade, 1 trade McKercher or 2 trades for a 560k defender. Thanks. Or 1 trade for McKercher. So McKercher at D6 or 2 trades for a 560k defender. Interesting. I'd probably rather the 560k defender. I don't know where I put my phone. I'd probably rather a 560k defender in case McKercher regresses a little bit in terms of scoring after that foot injury. So I'd rather a 560k to splurge on whoever's averaging the most that's not in your side. I just sort by average, but I wouldn't be going near injury-prone players if you've already got them. Scott, go Tigers. Yep, the bye still beat us though this week, mate, because we're not going to win another game for the year. Marshall, those wild decisions can be a difference. Feels like he's only average 100 max for the rest of the season. Plenty of solid defenders. Yeah, no, that's fair enough. If you want to do it, it'd be a very pod move. I got a haircut last night before going out. Puff a fish, literally an hour before going out. As this, I rocked up to my normal barber and I was like, "Oh, I got a haircut for 4 p.m." And they're like, "No, you don't." I was like, "Nah, I do." And so I look at my email and I sent it to Brunswick store instead of one in Geelong. So I was like, "My apologies, I booked the wrong store." So I had to go to some place in town. I'd walk down. I said, "Oh, can you fit me in before you guys close?" And anyway, he didn't speak much English, so I just said, "Can you just shave it off?" Because I couldn't be bothered trying to explain him to do different things. So I got a haircut for $40 and I'm done. Now I look like Chincotta apparently. Or maybe like I don't know, a Kmart Dusty potentially. Pufferfish, I have full primo now, but that's with Cozzy Pickett. Oh yeah, I know we're talking about this when with Puffer Pickett. Oh, he did bad, didn't he? Scored 60 something, 62. Clayton Oliver, Rosie. At least he got them to loop. I think Rosie's going to be the better M8 than Oliver. Cozzy Pickett though, that's annoying. It was a weird one because it was either Cozzy Pickett or Simpkin this week, and most people probably would have went for Simpkin because of DPP, you'd think. But to go Simpkin after being a weak injury, it's a little bit risky too. So risk reward sometimes pays off, sometimes it doesn't. I need a jumper on. It's a bit cold in here. A bit chilly. I don't know what it is. Geelong air. What do we got? Jack went with Cardwell and Kerno as F5, F6. That's a pretty good move. Captain Ryan today. Oh, yeah, that's not fun. He scored a 93 or something like that. And Rao only scored under 100. Oh, yeah, okay. That's not bad. He scored like an 83 anyway. So you'll take that. What do we got? Marshall, sorry. I'm definitely feeling it today. I'm not gonna lie. I did Jack. Had Caldwell for a month now though. Yeah, okay. He's a good pick. I'm gonna butcher that every time I see it. But JG did say his stats were pretty good if you scroll up as well, scoring like an average of 98 if you take that injury affected game in there out of it. So or when he came off at 49 minutes, whatever it was. So he's a good shout. And he's 100k cheaper than Rankin and he's DPP as well. So he's a good pick. Max, how can I send you my team so you can tell me what you think? You can send it on Twitter. Let me find my phone. I literally don't know what I did with my phone. It's here. It's because it's in a black case. I couldn't see it. You can send it to me on Twitter, but I think I've got to follow you on Twitter for it to work like that. Supercoach Pro 91. I don't know if you got Twitter or not. I don't have Twitter. RIP. What's your team name? I'll have a look in the app after I get to the comments and whatnot. Chuck your team name in there and I'll have a look. I'm sure I've seen your team before at some point. I'll have a look. Just in the chat. Anyways, Scott, I got the track, Dax and Hood in Queensland. Yeah, yeah, right. You wouldn't think that would happen in Queensland either. That's wild. Anyway, I'm getting sent reels on Instagram. I don't use Instagram. So annoying. Anyway, Puffer, what tags do we need to look out for this week? Well, I think Butters will get tagged by the St Kilda bloke. Neil Bullen. Yeah, I don't think Neil Bullen tags hard though, is what people may think. Clary gets buried. Oh, if Clary gets buried, I'm definitely going to Rosie because I can't have a 30 score or a 50 score in best 22. Ryan Clark's wrong gets Jordan. He'll go to Clark in that game. He went to Clark last time, Puffer. Still gets Drew. Drew doesn't do a hard tag, so I'm not concerned about that. Joe Richards back soon. Anyone know? I need him's F7 to leave with Cozzy. Well, I think he'd play a week in the VFL if he's back this week, mate. But I reckon he'll be in fortnight, in my opinion. Guess we'll know Tuesday sheets anyway. Jonas, do you think Brisbane put Berry onto Oliver? I think they will. Clary is really struggling as he's lost an acceleration in his first couple of steps of the week. Yeah, okay. I don't know. Who else would they go to? Would they go to... I think they'll just go to Clayton Oliver just because it's Clayton Oliver, Jonas, because they know the tag worked against him this week. I think they'll do the same. So I think he's more of a trade out than we think, potentially. Jack, what does Jack say? Jonas, I definitely think Berry will go to Oliver. There you go. So I think we trade out Oliver and go down to 3 trades if you're with me. Scott, your haircut needs a sponsorship with Macca's. Or no, I don't know if that's a dark humour sort of thing because I think I know what you mean. Puffish, could Simpkin already? Sorry, couldn't get Simpkin. I already got the whole North team just about. Fair enough, Puff. Yes, I did keep Gorn's score. I just left the 114 VC and I didn't take a punt on Flanders or anything like that. After the fish of the week before and how flat I felt when I was doing the live stream, I didn't want to go back to the whole captaining a bloke that scored me a 70 again or something. So I did take the VC of Gorn. Max Dons. All right, Max. Well, 2 X's. How many X's in there? 2. Max Dons. What do you got? Man, that's a good side. So what are we looking at, Max Dons? Now I've got to scroll. So I can see your team. I'm just scrolling up. Okay. How much do you got in the bank in this side, Max? So his side is Dacos, Ryan, Sheasel, Houston, Clark, McGovern. That backline's sold. I wouldn't trade any of that backline. $140K. And you got LDU, Neil, Merritt, Sarong, Butters, Walsh, Rao, and Bonds. That's a very solid side. I wouldn't trade the midfield. Gordon, Grundy, how you going? And then Flanders, Heaney, Zorko, Curnow. What the hell? You got no forward on. That's why you're talking about it. You need an F5 and F6 bad. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. My apologies, Max. Where the hell are you going to get the money from, though? So you got 140K in the bank. Wow. You need to turn Revel and Joel into 2 semi-primos. 140K. Tries. That's hard. I think with your side, mate, I'd go Revel and Jai Clark into Simpkin and a rookie. I don't know if you can do that. Play around with your side, Max Dons, maybe rank this week. I don't get how you do that. You'd be sidewaysing somebody, wouldn't you? He needs F5, F6, but his cash gen is only going to come from Jai Clark, who's 245k, Revel, who's 282k, and Frugia, who's 271k. So you got nothing to play with. You can only grab the Simpkins of the world and like a 102k forward rookie or whatever. I'd go Revel and Clark into a cheap rookie, a very cheap rookie that's going to play somewhat. And then I'd bring in Simpkin as F5. Then you'd have to wait until Fraser makes a little bit more dough. Get rid of Joel, and then hopefully, I don't know where your other cash is going to come from, mate. Wow. That's a very hard one because you've only got 3 players over 200k, and you need to get 2 upgrades made. Just seeing if there's a primo you can cut out that's going to regress. Maybe you do. I don't want to suggest it, but maybe you do something pod-like, and I don't know if you got a boost, but maybe you could go Luke Ryan, Revel, and Joel plus the 140. So 140 plus 607, so that's 750k roughly. 750k plus the 270 and 280 is almost 500k. 500k plus 750. 1.2k divided by 3 is 400k for 3 players. For those 3 players, you could get McKercher as D6, Simpkin as F5, and then a 400 and something k player as F6. That's the only way you could do it if you had a boost, is Revel, Joel, and Ryan into McKercher, Simpkin, and somebody else, and then you complete your side. But also, that's at the expense of Luke Ryan if you think he's going to regress because of Chapman, etc. It's the only way I can think. If I had that side and I was struggling to get an F6, you'd have to divide a player that's 600k, if that makes sense. Anyway, I hope I explained that okay. Quick math. Good at math and chess, and that's about it. And Muay Thai. I don't know where I am now. Puff. Thinking Zorko into Flanders this week. Who's Zorko got? Okay, this is for VC and C options. That's what we're talking about. Zorko into Flanders. That's a pod-like move. I don't know if I would go Zorko. I don't think I'm a massive fan of pod VCs and Cs anymore. I think I'm just literally going to go Gorn, Bont, Dacos. Gorn, Bont, Dacos in whatever combination I can at this point. I don't really trust too many other players. Getting a few nice thumbs up for the stream, so don't forget to give me a thumbs up and whatever for the stream. I do appreciate that. That's a very left field one, Pufferfish. I'd still prefer Gorn into Bont over that. Bont against North, good shout. Yes, absolutely. Puff, just covered. Scott Walker. I don't think Curry wants to play for the D's anymore after his teammates put him down. What did I say, Scott? Fill me in. Oh, no, here we go. This is not going to be good. Jonas, Brad, have you seen how girls working at Macca's have their hair at the back on the hat? We call it a Macca's bun. Oh, no, I have not. Yeah, right. Oh, man. The more I thought about it, the more it hurt my brain. I was like, it's as simple as it seems. And it is. I'm like, that is a dad joke and a half, Jonas. Wow. I've been addicted to M&M McFlurries, the vanilla kind, and then caramel lattes. I'm getting way too addicted to a drive-through at midnight. Jack, VC options last time. Gorn went in 200 against Oscar. Kerno kick 5 on your boy Sunday. You're actually, that's really funny, Jack. I know you weren't here at the stream at the start, and I literally said my first initial thought was Bont into Kerno, and you've literally just mentioned Kerno, so that's funny. So I'm probably inclined to go Gorn into Bont or Bont into Kerno. Jonas, sorry, Scott's laughing at Jonas. Max, maybe rank this week. How many trades you got? I can get rank. Right, you go for it if you can. Who would you be? How would you get ranking with 140k though? That's why I'm not getting the concept of Puffer. Do you have a boost max and how many trades you got? That's a very good question. Nothing beats a salted caramel frappe. Yeah, I could not agree more. I do love a good anything caramel is where it's at. 100%. Shrek publicly said he didn't trust Max. He said it. Really? Wow. Is it? And somebody send me a link to this? Maybe I'll look this up. That's wild. Is this on YouTube anywhere that I can have a look at it? I want to have a gaze. Oh, hello. How you going? Interesting. There's one for you. Wow. Yeah, that's. If my teammates come and said that, I wouldn't be. I don't know how I'd feel. I'd probably lose my mind. Track. I'm gonna find if I can see this on YouTube. Track talks about Clary. Surely there's something that'll come up weeks ago. It was weeks ago. Okay. Yeah, right. Somebody send me a link in Twitter, maybe. If you got me Supercoach Pro 91 on Twitter, send it to me. I'd love to see it. I think it's just a tag issue with him. What's Clary's score been like? So Clary has been, since I bought him in, he's gone 87, 124, 92, 73, 97, 32. Wow. 1 ton in the 5 weeks that I bought him in. Is this going to be a cheap M8? What can I do up forward? If I traded Clary up forward, would it give me anything, or would I just not even bother up forward? Clary. Could go Clary into Jai Caldwell, but I actually still before Clary into Rosie, I think is the better choice. I don't like anything down back for 478k. Unless it was Rivers. I think I'm safe just banking the extra money from Rosie to Rivers will give me. Sorry, Oliver to Rosie will bank 40k just on that, don't you? Welcome to the side, Connor Rosie. I have 67k, 3 trades left, and a completed side. If Rosie gets injured next week, I am stuffed. 3 trades left with 8 rounds to go. I've got a lot of DPP in my side. I'll show you my team review how much DPP I got. It's actually pretty good. I've got DPP everywhere bar defender midfields, but I don't really need that. Anyway, poor Clary. Not enough support with some of these players, regardless of what they've been through. I know they probably shouldn't be doing what they're doing, but at the end of the day, these footy players are only in their 20s. How old's Clary? He'd be 26, wouldn't he? But at the end of the day, like, they've got so much money. They're so young. Like, you kind of expect them to do stupid stuff. How old is he? He's 26. He's 27 in July. Yeah, he should know better. But, man, if your teammates are talking crap about you, you'd be pretty pissed off. I would be. Anyway, consequences to all actions you do. They should be supporting him, though, not putting him down. Maybe because he's Ranger. Maybe that's what it is. Now I forgot where I am. Wed. Hello, Wed. I don't think I've seen you before. Welcome to the live stream. I have a full team. Oliver M9. That's solid. It is at M9. Fife and Sexton F6, F7. Well, Sexton's probably going to be your man for F6. Fife is done. I don't know. I feel like Fife signed a contract, but Fife is cooked. I've never seen him kick so poorly this year. He's got to make the most poor decisions I've seen in a long time. He can't even kick the ball to a teammate 30 metres away. I actually cannot stand watching Fife. If I was Freo, I wouldn't even be playing that bloke. Give somebody else a run. Fife is so well past it. Watching him the last month, he is done. They said he'd be back after the bye, after that refresher, and he's going to turn beast mode. He's been the biggest Supercoach trap this year. Him and Max King have been the biggest traps in our forward line. They are useless. Yep. Anyway. Ben, I'm a D's fan and Max runs the club. Yeah, it's a weird vibe at Melbourne, I must say. Like, it's definitely a weird culture. I don't know what's going on. No offense to him, but they just seem very strange. Jonas, months ago, Petrarca conceded Oliver lost trust with Demons players. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, well, I'm sure they all do the same sort of thing off season anyway, to be fair. Scott agrees with the Rosie call. Wed. Over M8. That's not good. Wed. That's not fun. Not M9. Clary to Rosie. Ben, I think I'm on the same train. Considering you're a Melbourne supporter, I feel like I'm going to take that very highly, that opinion too. Puffer. Over to Tom. Puffer, I hope you're stirring me up. I hate Tom Stewart as a pick. You're definitely stirring me. Very funny, puffer fish. Don't do Tom Stewart. Oliver to Rosie, Puff. Stephen May I actually like. As much as he's the flog, I love Stephen May as a Supercoach pick, regardless of his 93 this week and his head flopping. But just not Tom Stewart. I can't stand Tom Stewart. If I see him at Coles in Belmont or anywhere, I swear to God, I will show him my Supercoach team and I'll say, "What the have you done this year? You've ruined my Supercoach side. I have a channel, and you've been thoroughly disappointing. You're playing like absolute crap. You're an absolute potato. Go sit in a spud farm because you are useless. The only thing you are good for is nothing." And maybe shave your head and stop worrying about how much hair product you have and your stupid headband and your blonde hair and your precious little locks, and play for a contested ball instead of flopping all over the joint, you flog. Stuff you, Tom Stewart. I'd hit you with my car and I'd reverse on you if I could. Anyway, 107 for what? He sat 15 minutes on the bench. 15 minutes on the bench at the end of the game. Like, what are you doing, Tom Stewart? You had a 103 at three-quarter time, then you thought, I'll park the bus because I've actually turned up for our Supercoach players. Well, you know what, Tom Stewart? If you're watching this live stream, I think you're useless. You're as useless as a fly screen on a submarine, as useless as a chocolate kettle, as useless as, I don't know, I could keep going. Seriously. He runs like a stupid giraffe. He runs like a giraffe a baby giraffe. That's how he runs. Like, why are all the Cats players wearing bloody headbands? I don't understand. I don't get it. Why do they all wear? What? Because they go down to Torquay and sip their lattes every third day down in Geelong, Paco Street. No, I'm not done, pufferfish. Now I am. Anyway, the 18 people still tuned in. All right, Puffer. I'm not actually mad. I'm just disappointed. Anyways, I forgot where I am. I generally had fun with that. Okay, where are we? I've totally lost my brain. Thanks for your support, Pufferfish. Finally, Puffer, you revealed your name too. That was interesting the other night. That was quite funny. Anyway, I won't reveal it on here in case you don't, whatever. Jonas, okay, no, we already discovered that. Jack, he finally had a good game. It was like a 107 or something. Jill wrote, ain't that deep. Crazy, it's laughing his head off at my stupidity. Tell us what you really think, Puffish. Yep, just did. Everyone here loves Stuart rants. Would you rather have him than Boston? Yeah, I'd rather have Stuart than Boston, unfortunately. I suppose we'll know in a fortnight's time if Boston can get his form back, because as a whole, I'd actually rather Boston over Stewart, but Stewart gets ridiculous scaling for nothing as a Stewart owner, so I don't know, I've calmed down. I'm okay. I'm actually just taking a mickey a little bit, but I am still frustrated with Stewart this year, and if I do see him, I actually will show him how poor he's done in my side. Anyways, Max, I'm thinking right now, Matt Rao out for Adam. Okay, I'm not going to say Taylor Adams again because I butchered that before, but Adam Draw and 102k people in. Wait, what? 140k. Sorry, what do you mean? I'm thinking Matt Real for Adam Draw and 102k people in. Right, I have 140k next week and get rank and have one rookie left. Well, yep, send it, mate. Go for it. Go for it, Max. Why not? We figured it out. Puff. That's right, mate. You can say a name, nickname. Who do you hate more, Tom Stewart or McIntosh? That's probably the hardest question in chat I've had tonight. Who do I hate more out of Tom Stewart and Camden McIntosh? Probably Camden McIntosh. My three most hated players at the moment are Camden McIntosh, Marlon Pickett, and Tom Stewart. I'm not even taking the mickey. How many trade? He's got 6. That's pretty good. 102k player. Go Max Hall or Payne from the Roos. I think one of them will debut at some point. Puffer. Turn Jai Clark and Frederick and Bruce into Rankin and another F6. That would actually be a good shout. Hello, Josh. What's going on, mate? Logan Evans or Schumacher? I think Schumacher out of those picks. Okay, what is Josh trying up with? I went up 660 ranks. Huge week for me. I'm now 788. That is pretty damn good, mate. That's really good. I knew it was. Sorry, I knew it was Pickett. Me too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this chat's pretty familiar with most of my rants when it comes to those 3 players, plus whatever else I talk about at the end of my streams, potentially. I'll tell you what, though. Last night, had a champion cheeseburger from Sporting Globe. That was bloody good. That was really tasty feed. Very tasty feed. You can still watch the footy in the background as well. Josh took a risk and went yo, and I'm in love with him. Wow. He was a good pick too. Like, he was just coming off that injury, so he was always going to score pretty poorly for a week or two because it was that groin. So that was always going to hinder him. I don't know how much he is now, but it was a good plan in the end, grabbing Yo. I feel like he's about 530k now. He always drops some coin. How much is Yo? Man, it's only 20 past 9. Yo, what did he do? He's 542k. Yo's a shout. Take away the injury games, he's played really well. He's gone back-to-back 127 and 139 the last 2. He scored 80 off 62 minutes playing when he got injured. That's crazy. I'm pretty sure that was his injury game. Or maybe, yeah, it was. It was round 8. He's a bloody good player. I don't know why they're giving him a 3-year contract. I don't know if that's cap or not, but to sign Yo for 3 years is 3 years too long. I got to be signing him a year contract every year, and that's it. And if he walks away, so be it. But I wouldn't trust his body to hold up next year, the year after. Um, and for him to not reach that grind is a big call. Like he'd be a nervous watch if you're holding players like Yo, and you've got some other skeptical injury-prone players. I'd be absolute paranoid as anything. I could not have a team of like, let's talk about like those sort of players, but like, imagine fielding Yo. There's another player that comes to mind. Ridley, Yo in your same defense, then carrying Adam Trawl in your midfield. That would scare me every week if I had that combination. Carrying Zorko as well. Who else would scare me? McGovern. Can you imagine if you had McGovern, Yo, and the other player I just mentioned, who I've gone blank on, all in the same line? I'd be nervous every time the ball got to him. Who else worries me? Sorry, not Tim Taranto. Will Day is a good pod. If anyone wants to bring in a last midfielder, I'd be going Will Day. Will Day is an absolute shout. His fixture's juicy as. Well, how many besides is he in as well? Will Day is my favourite of the week. He plays West Coast this week. He is in 2% of sides. If I was looking for a midfielder at 570k, Will Day is my man. Taranto, also not a bad shout as well. He can't dispose of the ball, but he's actually not a bad shout. This year, apart from his 49, Taranto's gone 105, 100, 128, 92, 105, 139. He finds the ball like you wouldn't believe. Doesn't dispose of it well, but somehow he gets scored really well. His points per minute are pretty decent as well. He's just come off like a fractured wrist or whatever. But he's a good pick. I like Will Day, though. No one's brought up Will Day at the moment, but just FYI. JJ, you're still hanging around, aren't you? You'll have the Yo pick now, but you won't when he gets injured. Yeah, I know, right? It's one of those punts, so like you've got 8 weeks left, so it's not as risky as what it first was, I suppose. That's for sure. There's something on my screen. I've never seen that on my like button. Anyway, you guys will think I'm tripping. I won't bother telling you what I can see here, but it's weird. Jack, I joined Steve's SDS live stream Friday, and he had the footy on while streaming. Oh, true. Oh no. It was 6 CCs, and it was just me and him talking footy, and that's so good. That's funny. So he did like a 3-hour live stream just watching the footy and just drinking some CCs. If I did that and I drank some drinks live streaming, I'm not sure how many of you guys would tune in, but yeah, man, I don't think I have much of a filter, especially if I had a few, so that'd be interesting. I don't know if I'll do that between now and the end of the year. But it's an interesting take. I think he wants to do it again too, Jack, at some point, from what I saw in the chat. Jonas, 9 games left. No way Yo makes it that long. Yeah, that's what you and JJ just said from the hub. You guys are in line with that. Oh no, I said a giddy comment. This can't be good. Bill's boy, Ad Magic wants to get loud as a pod. Yeah, okay. He must have dropped the video, right? He wants to get every player every week. Abs, he's funny. I was asking him, he was talking about a player this week who was Liam Ryan. I said, it's a trap. I said, don't go there. But I asked him how many trades he's got left too, because he talks about a lot of players every week. I was like, how many trades have you got to be thinking about all these players? And I think after this week, he might have 4 or 5, but his side's bloody flying. So I hope he actually wins the 50K out of all the people I know, content-wise and whatnot. And flying, for all the hard work that he does, I'd love to see him take out the 50K, that's for sure. Or anybody in the chat, of course, mind you. But it'd be cool to see someone we know win the 50K. Okay, Bills. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Michael, they sign him as a mentor for the kids coming through. Brad, I don't know who we're talking about. Sorry, Michael. They signed him as a mentor for the kids coming through. Okay, I have no idea what we're talking about. My apologies, Michael. I've got to scroll up to find out who. Maybe let me know who you're talking about in chat, boy, if you're still floating around. Yo. Okay, they signed him as a mentor. Yeah, okay. Sorry, right, Michael. I'm with you now, mate. Thank you for that comment. Yeah, right. That makes sense. Still, risky. Jack, when he was at the Lions, he had huge potential. Yeah, right. Okay. I don't like Rockcliffe. I never have. He's a bit of a peanut. Something about Brisbane players that can be a little bit how you going over the years. No offense, Jack, but there's some odd of Brisbane peanuts. Like I hate Matheson. Like I probably hate Matheson the most when he was playing football. Could not stand him. There was another player that really gave me Robinson. Hated Mitch Robinson. Cannot stand Mitch Robinson and Matheson. Biggest heroes going around. My apologies for the Brisbane fans. I know there's a lot of Brisbane fans in chat, so I'm not being spiteful because I love you guys in the chat. But Matheson and Robinson are the two biggest heroes I've ever seen in football play. Would have loved to knock them out. Puffer. That's why the Bulls signed Josh. Oh man. Okay. Yep. Yep. I'm not saying nothing to that, Puff. Weigel has fixed them all. Anyone can get injured any game. It's a lotto. It is a lotto, but his injury history is wild. Jack, I love Will Day as a pod. Thinking if McKercher makes a bit of money. Yeah, okay. Could go on. That'd be pretty handy. I like McKercher. I think McKercher will always get up to 480k. Jack is my prediction. Who? Oh no. Okay, this is more giddy talk, basketball talk. Jonas, what do we got? Jonas and Michael talking about. Definitely not reading that out. Oh man. Scott, I have Martin, Ridley, 5, Yo, Rosie, offhand. That's all the risks. Fingers. Oh yeah. Okay, that would be nerve wracking. That's the sort of side I'm talking about. That's man, that would make me definitely nervous. Scott, that side. Hopefully I haven't annoyed anybody from my comments earlier. Jack, every time Dempsey got the ball, he got excited. I was on Holmes watching him Dempsey watch. Yeah, he's funny, Steve. Remember when I invited him to chat when he had a few drinks? That was pretty funny. I had to delete that live stream. Theo, oh, what's going on, mate? Long time no see. Well, it feels like it. Would you go Joel Fredger and Clark for Hollins and Brown? Or wait. If you need an F6, I think Hollins is not a bad shout. I like him better than Cozzy Pickett. But Hollins is Elijah we're talking about. His midfield time might regress when Chera comes back, and I'm pretty sure Chera comes back next week, Theo. So just wait and see the team sheets. Josh, okay, what do you got for me, Josh? Hugo Garcia is the option 1, and 5 to 102 and Kyle. Okay, yep, I'll follow you. That's my F6. Yep, no worries. And next week, trade Dempsey to Kerner F7, which leaves me 2 trades. Oh, yeah, wow, okay. Or Fife and Dempsey to 102 and Rankin. Option 2, my friend, for sure. Option 2. I'd rather have 3 trades than go down to 2. And I think I like Rankin as well, anyway. So I'd probably do Fife and Dempsey to a 102k and Rankin. So maybe Hutchinson or Brown or whoever. I know they're both subs. Maybe Brown because of DPP. Brown and Rankin to 3 trades. Yo, okay, Michael. Reed loves him. Yeah, you can tell, can't you? especially in the same midfield together. Bills boys, you definitely liked Rockcliffe when he averaged 140. That is true. Okay, Jack. Now this is where I was a little bit scared. I didn't want to offend Jack. What he said? None taken. A lot of spuds at the Lions. Robbo and Maffo especially. Yeah, mate. I don't know. I'm sure there's been people that, people hate Richmond players, etc. I don't know. People probably wasn't a fan of Richardson when he played. Maybe. I can't remember what pest players the Tigers had back in the day. I'm trying to think who was a hothead. Jake King. People would have maybe hated Jake King if you're an opposition player. We didn't have too many rascals from what I can remember. I miss the days where we had some really good players like Pettifer and Shane Tark and Wayne Campbell back in the day, Joel Bowden, a lot of good players. But then we're just always finishing in ridiculous spots. Growing up in high school, watching the Tigers was awful. Wasn't fun at all. But I loved the push-up king. He was probably my favourite player growing up. Him and Richo were my favourite player. Couldn't believe it. Richo couldn't kick a goal from 10 metres straight in front, but could kick a goal from 55 out. No worries, just set sail. Always confused me when he did that. And in my footy jumpers, it'd always be number 12. So I do remember those days. What are we doing? Scott Yo didn't do a hamstring, which is really good news. I didn't even know did he come off or something? I didn't even know that. Max on Zero. Who's going to be better, Rank or Fish? Flip a coin. I'm not being sarcastic, by the way, when I say that, Max, but probably I think I probably like Fish better than Rankin. I don't know. I don't know, chat. What do you guys think, Fish or Rankin? I personally think Fish, just because the roles are a little bit more secure in terms of points. Michael, can't believe my predicted next week. 2-6. Yeah, I know. Hope it hits. Me too, mate. I honestly do hope our projections align, but I'm never confident in them. Puff, Maxons get both for Clark and Fraser and Bruce. Means you go down to 2 trades, I think, Puff, potentially. I don't know. Tronus, all right, how are these for my bench? Oh, no. 3 trades are left. Okay, yep, I'm listening. Dawson and Reed, so they're dead. Dead as ever. Dowling, Mannett, Hall. Oh, my goodness. Brown, Richards. You are screwed if you have a laid out, Jonas. If you have a laid out, you are absolutely stuffed. Bro, you're actually cooked. Dowling is your cover, basically, for your forward and midfield. That's wild, bro. Hopefully you don't get a laid out, mate, because that's just wild for you, mate. That's, yeah. I think your side's flying, though, overall, isn't it? Puffer, at least you don't have Jono look like Nathan Kruger. I'll have to do a live of Jono at some point soon, too, again. That was good fun. He's a very informative lad. Puffer, Jonas. No, you've talked about that. Sorry, Theo Clark to Brown. I got 162k with 1 upgrade left. Remaining, who do you think will go up faster, Dowling or Kruger? Money-wise, probably Dowling, I'd say. I think, yeah, Dowling. I don't know if I trust Kruger's body. Kruger's got a pretty poor injury history if you have a look at it. Google his name and then type in injury. Have a look how many injuries he had. Bills. Oh, yeah. I was waiting for this comment. I totally forgot Bills. Yeah, Flinch. Tom Lynch is the biggest flog in the league. Yeah, I can see why people hate that. I'm not going to be biased there, mate. That's actually pretty funny. Not going to lie. Yeah. Even people didn't like Jack Revolt. That was weird for me. I didn't understand that bit. I was like, he is a little bit of a sook, but I don't know. I don't know why he was so hated sometimes. Scott Walker, go the push-up king. I loved push-up king. Do a push-up on him, Jakey. I remember that. That was against Collingwood, wasn't it? That scuffle. I just remember him just taking some bloke to the ground and just BT was like, do a push up on him. Pretty sure it was BT, was it Puff? Anyway, that's funny. Josh, could you tell me Dempsey's and Kurno's BE please? Break even? I sure can, mate. Kurno and Dempsey. Next year, lads, in round 1, definitely subscribe to Supercoach Gold. And also my channel if you haven't. Anyway. So what are we looking at? Kurno and Dempsey. Dempsey. Geelong. I can't believe people still got Dempsey, but excuse me. Getting sleepy. Kurno's 457,000. Break even is 67. Projected to go 69, but he would not do that. He'd probably do 169. Now, my friend Dempsey. What's Dempsey's break even? The peanut. Where's Dempsey's score? Oliver Dempsey? Wow. I can't believe he's been scoring that well of late. His break even would be 65 break even, but that means he gets a score out of his system. He gets a 50 out of his system. He might make 400. He might make it to 400k. Anyway, you could probably get rid of Dempsey if you wanted to, but he does play Essendon. But his last month's been pretty solid, mate. So ideally, you just want to make an upgrade regardless of the BEs anyway. Like, he's gone 122, 50, 99. But before that, he went 28 and 76, 65, 66, 49, etc. So I'd be just upgrading your side as quick as they are, not worrying about the extra cash, etc. I'd just be flicking to the upgrade primo. Where we got Jack. I want someone like Barry Hall. Someone like a Barry Hall to play footy and clean someone out. That would be good. That would be good fun to watch. Footy's just so soft these days, to be honest. Bills. Barry Hall was a legend. Miss him. Yep. Remember when he got that bloke into a headlock? Who was that? Who did he get into a headlock? I forgot who it was. Anyway, I've got a lot of memories of Barry Hall doing stupid things. Man, he was easy to egg on. He had the shortest fuse I reckon I've ever seen in football. Remember that guy that like pushed him when he was doing his shoelaces as well, and he like just lost it. I don't know if that was the same incident, but Barry Hall was funny like that. Scott Thompson, that's that's right. That's so funny. You'd probably at that moment think you're gonna die if you had Barry Hall just like headlocking you. Think, am I gonna die from this angry, bald-headed mutt? Like, funny man. Jonas Stowling is cover for all 3 lines. Yeah, wow, all 3 lines? Am I losing it? With DPP, but Richards will be back in 1 or 2. Yep, I reckon he'll be around 17, Jonas. Josh, Rankin or Caldwell? I'm getting this question a lot, eh? If I go Caldwell, I can keep Dempsey, M9, F7. But if I go Rankin, I'll only have Dowling. Ooh. Yeah, right. Probably Caldwell then, if that's the way, because I don't think there'll be huge points difference anyway, and I think I'd rather have an extra cover as well, and not just have Dowling in case Dowling becomes sub, Josh. So Caldwell would be my answer. Puff hated Connor Rosie ever since he cleaned up the Lord and Saviour Will Day in his Silks 400th. Don't blame him, mate. It was Pufferfish, says BT. Wow. Anyway, how many push-ups can you do in a row? I think I can do. Now I don't know. You're gonna probably call cap, but the last time I tried, Jonas, I think I could do 60 in a minute. So that's like 1 a second, etc. I haven't tried that in about 3 months, though, to be honest, Jonas. But I'm good at that stuff physically. I'm not good at sports that don't involve physicality. Like, I am no good at playing pool. I'm not that great at darts. But give me a ball game and I'm good. Scott Thompson, go north. Yeah, North gave Melbourne a scare. I looked at the score at the end of the night when I was out in where was I? I was at Bam Bam, I think it was called. And I'm like, how they won by 3 points? I didn't get to see that game, but wow, if you're North Melbourne supporter, you'd be pretty damn excited. Um, anyway, would you hold Cozzy Pickett? Yeah, I think you would, mate. I think you definitely would. You just let it play out for the season. You paid nothing for him, so you just let it play out and hopefully he turns good. Unless you could go Cozzy to Simpkin potentially, but the roles might reverse. Next week, Simpkin might score what Pickett did, and Pickett might score what Simpkin did. So I'd probably hold Cozzy, I think. Scott Walker. Wacko Jacko had the shortest fuse in footy. Fair call. Theo, who do you like for 434k? There's always a left field question in here, Theo. Probably McKersh if he gets up, but I'll have all of that price without deferring straight away. 434k doesn't give you a lot to work with. Theo, if you're still listening, you are. Theo, I'd go Connor Rozee, Nick Vlosten, number 2. McKercher would be ahead of Vlosten. But Rozee, McKercher, Vlosten, if I had to pay that sort of money for a player. I'm not even going to mention Hipwood, or else I'll jump out of the window on my left-hand side here. Simpkin, maybe number 4 shout, and then maybe Elijah Hollins would be my 5th shout. George Hewitt, potentially, if you want to talk really left field. He's got Richmond this week. But ideally, probably Rosie or McKercher, and then, yeah, Boston or Hewitt. I can't really see anything else, to be honest. There's a few names for you, so whatever you think. Oh, pufferfish, definitely not Hipwood. I hate looking at Hipwood. He just looks like he plays for the AFLW, to be honest. Who cuts his hair? Seriously. His mum? No offense to his mum, but you know what I mean. Puffer. All right, North players we're talking about now. I loved Drew Petrie. Never forget the goal celebration when he was boxing. I'll have to look that up later, Puff. Petrie goal. Yeah, right. I remember he was a big lad. Michael, I can do 6 and 60 minutes. Wild. There you go, Michael. FBL down under, I can do 1 push-up in a row. Fair. We have a very athletic crew in chat. As we can see here. Jonas and Michael, I can do 6 beers in 60 minutes. Yeah, that's fair shout, Jonas. 6 drinks, how many could I reckon it'll take me about half an hour to polish 6 drinks if I was trying to smash them out. I would have broke the seal after the second drink, though. Simpkin v Kerno frag, for sure. There you go, frag. Kerno. Jack. DeConning is going to be someone I highly consider next year. If Pitney moves clubs, yes, I would, Jack. Michael, team completed. 6 trades left to ride out the season. That is pretty damn solid. That's really good, actually. No Hipwood. I can't believe I actually caught up to the comments. That was a lot of effort. That was a really lot of effort. You guys can get writing whatever you want, though, because I'll still go for a little while here. Tell you what, though, notifications going off its head. What do we have here? I don't know what my goal should be for my ranking for the end of the year, though, in terms of what I think I can get in. I'll have a look if he's active on Facebook, Puff. Give me 2 seconds. I forgot to ask him to come out last night, actually. I feel bad. He's not. Is he active on Facebook? It was active 40 minutes ago, so he might have had a milo and gone to bed potentially there, Puff. He was feeling under the weather as well, so I didn't actually ask him to um come out last night because I knew when he was talking about it on his live on Thursday night, he was feeling pretty crook. So I didn't want to egg him on and say, "Hey, mate, do you want to come out?" Because I thought, oh, I don't want him to get sick before he starts his workday Monday. So someone in chat tell their best and worst Tinder story. That's a good call, Jack. If anyone wants to enlighten anyone, Jonas Shorty is busy alone time in the territory. Yeah, with the pants off, listening to a footy game. That mate, he's honestly the funniest content in terms of just any other channel when he talks about his stories and stuff. It's the funniest thing I ever listened to. I reckon he's the best storyteller, and sometimes I forget we're even watching a Supercoach preview of his side. I'm like, what story has he got today? I'd love to be a fly on the wall in his house for a day. That would be pretty funny. It's just and the most wild comments too, and they always stick with my head. I've always got one shorty comment in my head every day that just rolls through my brain. Lives in my head rent free of his content that he comes out with. Even the yeah, that one particular line with out in the territory in the car park, my pants off, listening to the footy. Like I just that all live in my head rent free. um, and then how's him passing out in there, and then people like coming up to his car or whatever, far out. Oh, I can just imagine him sort of being like, "Oh, what's going on?" You know. Anyway, I'll have to do a stream with him when I can too, because I finish late at night. I generally there was a rarity that I finished at 8 o'clock that night to get to his house so early. So if there's a night that I'm not working or a public holiday or something, I'll try to do another stream with him because we got along pretty well and just winged the whole live stream. He's got a lot of quizzes too. I didn't realize how many he's got. He's got just sitting there. The quiz master. I'd fail those questions. And some of the funny names that you guys put in there for his shorty's quiz, like there was Brad Schlong was a name the other night. Um, well, there was a few other ones as well, but I don't know if he came first or whatever. But you guys take the mickey with the names you put in the quiz. It's actually probably one of the funniest things I listen to when I'm at work is what you guys have put as your team names for the quiz. Anyway, he hasn't done his review yet, so don't worry about that. Papa Fit, Brad Wrong was me. And do you remember in that chat, he was like, "Oh, he'll love that name." I actually laughed out at work, and this lady beside me was looking at me like, "Why am I laughing like a crazy person?" She didn't see that I had earbuds, so like I was listening to what you guys were saying as your team names, and I was listening to the whole live stream, and the lady beside me is a foreigner of some descent, and she just thinks there's this crazy Caucasian guy laughing his head off at these random things, not realizing that I've got an earbud in. So I was putting this butter into these packages, and I'm just like laughing my head off. And she's looking around because there's no radio on, there's nothing else going on. So she thinks I just lost my mind at like 10 o'clock at night, just laughing at random things. But she had no idea that I was listening to a podcast. So hopefully she doesn't report me, think I'm a crazy man. But there's been multiple times at work where people haven't noticed I'm got an earbud in and I'm just laughing randomly like a psychopath. So yeah. Anyways, oh here we go, Jack. You've got a story for us. I'm trying to think of a story off the top of my head, but I just had a big night last night, so I've gone all blank. Jack, one of my worst stories was this one chick stayed over the night after a first date. I passed out after, and she helped me. And she helped herself to my fridge and ate my roommate's meal prep, and he never let it go. That's actually pretty good. That'd be yeah. If I was your housemate and I just made meal prep, I'd be pretty annoyed that this chick you just brought over just ate my meal prep, and I was meant to take that to work the next day. I'd be pretty cut too. That's actually pretty funny. I don't think some of my stories I could actually share without getting like a warning on my channel. So I've got to be really careful with the stories because I got nothing really PG. It's all wild stuff. Brad, what my quiz name this week? What would be your quiz? I don't know. Anything that you guys put to do with Shorty's name or my name, I just can't stop pissing myself. It's the funniest thing ever, especially because he's got to read them out as well. I don't know. You guys are more creative when it comes to that than what I am. Brad, what have you written? Put that in there if you want, puffer fish. I'm very immature, so I'll be every time he laughs out a name I've heard 10 times, I still laugh. Never saw it again. Yeah, fair enough, Jack. There was some talent out last night. A lot of it actually. It was interesting. It was very interesting. But that's why I'm tired tonight. It's because I woke up early this morning. So yeah, old mate had work at she had work 9 a.m. I reckon. I couldn't get back to sleep after that. So yeah, I was a little bit exhausted for the rest of the day, and I've had about 3 coffees, and I'm still yawning my head off. Jonas, is that you that puts that one in there? Or just is a classic. That is a good one. I do enjoy the names. If I hope he does another double live stream because if he does another double live stream, I'll listen to both because it's the funniest thing. I wish there was more people did live streams as well because they're actually very entertaining. But sometimes I'll write something in someone's live stream, then it cuts out, and I can't listen to if they've got to my question or something. So sometimes if you see me in a chat and then I don't reply for ages, it's because I've lost reception. So then I've got to re-listen to the whole entire thing just to see what happened in that chat. I think I can't remember what live stream I was listening to recently, but I was mentioning stuff. I was replying to baggers in the comments of shorties, and then I couldn't hear a fair bit, so um, I lost what we were talking about. But I told him a story a while ago. I told baggers a story when I was at a footy club. I won't say which footy club I was playing for. It was pretty reckless and it was pretty immature of me, but we had this guy, Seiho, I think his name was. It was a Japanese uh, student, and he wanted to play footy for us. And half the reason was he wanted, I don't know, he just wanted to play footy with us. And he's actually a pretty good kick. And I think he'd learnt to play footy for a few years anyway. So he's playing for our club. And the coach says to me, "Oh, is it all right if he stays at your house?" Blah blah blah. Because he knew that I rented, etc. And I said, "I've got a spare room, whatever." So I said, "Yeah, no worries, that's fine." So one night after the game, obviously we had a win, and I was like, "Oh, just come back with me and my mates, and we'll obviously just have a few drinks at ours, you know." And he's like, "Oh, I don't really want to go out. Drinking's not a huge thing in Japan as cultural wise." I'm like, "Yeah, we'll go out afterwards." He's like, "Oh, can we just do a house party sort of thing?" So I said, "Yeah, no worries." So I was drinking, and I was like, I was kind of, I wasn't being mean, but I was like, maybe it'd be funny if some of us drank water while I was drinking vodka just to see how lit he can get. So we had a couple bottles of vodka, but sometimes we'd have the clear vodka that was water and would pour the water into our glasses and our shots, and he'd just drink the shots of vodka and whatever, and he had these chasers. Anyway, he must have drank, I don't know, I reckon half a bottle of vodka potentially. And I go to look for him because it's been like 10 minutes since I haven't seen him, and he's literally passed out in the funniest way, like this, like literally like this, like the perfect, like straightest shoulders back, everything, and his body's like that, and his legs are hanging off the bed just like that, like a perfect this. So he's on the edge of the bed, his shoes are on, flat on the floor. I don't know how. He's a bit of a tall lad, but shoes on the floor, like just like this, bang, just passed out in the funniest position, and he still had the glass of vodka just passed out in the bed. Anyway, I'm like, man's passed out, like he's breathing, he's all right, he's fine. So we were like, all right, I'll just put a blanket on him and he'll be all right, but not too high in case he like puts it on him and suffocates or something stupid. But I put a blanket, come back, and we'd all gone to bed that same night now in all the different rooms or whatever. I get a phone call like I reckon at 10 a.m. and it's my coach and he's like, "Oh, Seho's with me," and I'm like, "He doesn't got a car. What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, he wasn't a fan of last night. He woke up and he had a really sore head and he doesn't remember much of the night. Do you know what happened?" I said, "Oh yeah, we had drinks and stuff." He goes, he feels unsafe and doesn't want to drink at your place and hang out with you and whatnot. So I don't think he passed the ball to me for about 2 weeks, maybe even more than that in game, because he was salty at the night out. Anyway, I remember the next win we had. The coach goes, "All right, now no one partying at Brad's, and no one's allowed to stay at his if we have another international player come play for us." And I just remember going to the boys after that, "Drinks at mine," and everyone's like, "Nah, you probably got fake water bottles and half of them are vodka, etc." But it was just the funniest way he had passed out. I did feel bad, but yeah, old mate didn't pass the ball for me for 2 weeks, and we played in the same defense. So that was interesting. I knew it was never coming to me. So, but at the time, it was just the funniest thing to see someone pass out like that. Just fully clothed, shoes on, just in the weirdest position. And yeah, getting the phone call next morning and he disappeared. And I don't even know. He must have got a taxi back to coaches or whatever he did. But I felt really bad. I had to apologise, but I was never allowed to have any players stay at mine after that. That's for sure. Anyway, Jonas, what do you got? Yeah, me and my mates took this bloke from Iran out on the piss one time. He threw up everywhere. Never seen so much vomit in my life. Everyone talked about it at work for years. Yeah, it's funny because it's not like you're trying to stitch them up, but you just want to see how lit an international can get. And like, the more drunk he got, the more his Japanese and English got funnier. And like, just his accent was so hilarious when he was talking about stuff in English that we just I don't know, took it too far and gave him too much vodka clearly. Anyway, no Clark Ryan combo after that. He took it that personal. He actually did. Yeah, it took him a long time to pass me the ball. Even when he was in heat, he'd avoid me. I'm pretty sure there was a time where it was almost like a 3-on-1 situation, and I was 3 over the top, and he just copped the tackles, and I was like, "Is that because he really really hates me?" Anyway, there was no chemistry there for a while, and I felt really bad. But yeah, what do you do? It was like a Stephen May, and what's the other player? A Melsham and May scene, I suppose. But there was no physical altercation. But man, yeah, I felt really bad after that. Poor guy. I wonder if he still plays footy. It's a good kick, a very good kick of the footy. Yeah. Anyways, there's a story for you. Not Tinder's story, but anyways, the review. I'll probably still do the team review tonight, even if it's midnight. It's fine. But there will be a bit of lack of knowledge for the games, that's for sure. So I do apologise for that in advance. Okay, what do we got? If there's any more stories, chuck them in because they are actually very entertaining for me and others, I'm sure. And Puffish, I was at a party with a mate a while ago. He had so much to drink that he hooked up with pretty much every chick at the joint. Wow, okay. And did it. Wow, okay. That's unreal, Puffer. Was his name Shorty? That's wild, Puff. Wow. That's, yeah, right. I don't know what to say to that. That's crazy. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever been in that form. That's like 250 Supercoach points just in that puffer fish. What do you got? Yeah, some bloke named Daniel Shaw. You know what? It would have been the first time I went out for a drink with him if he was going to come out last night, because it's Sunday night tonight, isn't it? Yeah, it is. So it would have been the first time going out, but I'm pretty sure I didn't stay out too late, so it probably wouldn't have been worth his time because by the time I had finished dinner and went to play pool and stuff, it um, wouldn't have been worth it. It was Chris Hemsworth. Imagine, mate. Yeah, it probably would have been that sort of bloke. Yeah, he got Rookie of the Year. Yeah, right. Jack, I want to tell you more stories, but not appropriate for this channel. Yeah, I've got one in particular that's so wild that I don't think A, you guys would believe me, and B, I could not say on this channel, that's for sure. It was a wild story. It was out in Sea Spray, Victoria. I'm not sure if you guys know Sea Spray, but I'll tell you what, I'll never forget Sea Spray. Maybe on Shorty's channel, I might post it in the comments potentially at some stage. But it's pretty good. It's a pretty good one. Probably one of the best stories you ever see. Puffish, Jack, send them through to me, mate. Just do the. Yeah, well, that's the good thing about Twitter is you can send these things through. Sea Spray. Yeah, mate. I can't even remember what it looked like, but I remember this one time that I went to Sea Spray. And that's as far as I can go because the rest of the story would probably actually get me cancelled for sure. Like, it was wild. I'll never forget. I should make a separate channel for just stories, but some of the ones I in previous have had to lock from how far they've gone into things. So if you can't find them again because I put a lock on them. But yes. What did everyone score anyway? Just FYI, before I get everyone disappearing. What in the scores did everyone get in the Supercoach scoring world? Make a Twitter group chat. That would be actually a pretty good idea, Pufferfish. I'm not sure who has Twitter here, though, because I know a lot of them don't. I know Jack does. I know you do, Puff. Who else do I message here? Crazefit does, because he's messaged me a few times. He asked me for some multi-tips the other day, Crazefit. Apart from that, Jono's in there. There's not too many. But yeah, it would be handy to have a group like that. Boy, Crazefit, did any of you multis get up after all that? Jack, let's just say it involves some backpackers. That would have been a good night, Jack. That's like White Knight. White Knight was my favourite for that kind of thing, Jack, in Melbourne CBD. Crazefit scored 2053, Jack 2135. Wow. No luck in the multis. Yeah, okay. This week, if I was to do one, Crazefit, I tell you which teams I like to do against, multi-wise. I don't like the Essendon Geelong multis. That would annoy me. Port and St Kilda, no thank. Richmond and Carlton would be a good multi, only because I'm a Tigers supporter. There'd be some good in that. Eagles and Hawks, I wouldn't be good at that. Adelaide and Giants. I feel like Adelaide and Giants would be a good multi. Suns and Collingwood would be a good one, especially for disposals. And Sydney and Freo would be a good one. North and Dogs, I couldn't trust the North players to get me multis. Lions and Melbourne would be a good one to do multis on as well. Half the games this week would be actually not a bad. I always like doing Freo and Dogs multis. They're my favourite team to do multis with, like Sarong disposals and players like that, and especially Dogs like Bontempelli disposals and goals kicked and whatever. There's a really good multi. I think I told you about this one. I've got to show you it if I can find it in my screenshots. I did one earlier this year. I don't know if I told you it in my review maybe, but I did it with my mate. What do we got? Jack, I always love doing it with the Dogs players. They are good. Body oath and Puffett Flanners into mass disposals against Pies. Yeah, that would be a good shout, actually. Crazefit only put $5 to get a couple hundred. Wow. Yeah, okay. I'm trying to think when I did this multi. Where was this really good one? I'm trying to go into my screenshots and see if I can find it real quick. It was a while ago, but it was a good one. It was from this year. I'd end up getting a shift cancelled on a Friday. So I said to my friend, we watched the footy Friday night. I was like, do you want to put a multi on so I can get some money for my shift that I missed out on? She's like, yeah, let's do that. Next minute, our multi gets up and I actually won a decent amount. Just trying to see if I can find it. Where was this multi? Anyone else get nervous when you give someone your phone and you're worried about what might potentially happen? I always get paranoid. I this chick when I went to Ace Kebabs in Geelong, and I was getting a HSP after work, and this bird, I said to her, "I'll tell you on my next team review how good your HSP and kebabs are, etc." Anyway, she goes, "Oh, what's your channel name?" So I gave her my channel name. Her search history, I'll type it in the chat. In the search history, fifth one down, this is what her search history was. I'll put it in the chat though. On YouTube, mind you. And on YouTube. So yeah, have a look at that. It's not, it's pretty funny. Like I just thought it was funny that out of all the things to write on YouTube, that was the fifth search in there because I went to type in my Supercoach Pro thing, and that just caught my eye as a glance. I'm like, what? Anyway, I thought that was a really interesting search for YouTube. Anyway, it was pretty funny. I was like, okay. Anyways, she had a look at my thing and whatnot. I didn't get any digits, but it was quite random. I'll go back there though for sure. They do a mean HSP. Is this in Mercer Street in Geelong? I'm pretty sure you guys are not from Geelong, but yeah. Anyways, yes, this is sort of nervous when you give someone your phone. And it was funny, right? I went out. Oh, when was it? A couple of weeks ago. I got along with this guy. I was like, "Oh, bro, we should go out for a drink sometime." He's a really funny bloke. He's from Canada. It was not in a homo way, obviously, but anyway, I was like, we should have a drink sometime. He just seemed like a cool lad when I went out. Anyway, I remember I looked at my Snapchat the next day and said add contacts or whatever. He'd given me some chick's number. I was like, okay, maybe we're not friends. Because in the Snapchat, it came up with some girl's number instead. I can't remember what the name was in my Snapchat name, but it wasn't his because he saved it as his name, but it was some chick that he gave the number. He gave me some chick's number instead, which is weird because I wasn't doing it in a weird way. I just wanted to be mates with this guy. I thought he was funny as. He's from Canada, etc. But anyway, yeah, he gave me some bird's number, and because I saw it on the Snapchat, add friend or whatever, and that was pretty random. I thought, oh, okay, I don't know what I did wrong. Maybe I was just talking out of my butt, but anyway, apparently you can't make friends when you go out. Trades Fit, next time I will cash out early. It was $90. Yeah, right. Wow. I never give anyone my phone. Yeah, I don't blame you, mate. Hayes Edits. Hello, never seen you before. That's why I had the double glance. There you go. So happy the buys are done. So am I, mate. Welcome to the channel. I don't think I've seen you on stream before. You might have been fighting about or working, potentially, but there you go. Jonas Goat, rookie move, Brad. Have 2 phones. Yeah, right. One for family, one for close friends, one for gold. That sounds like you're a bit of a drug dealer, my friend. That's wild. I couldn't have that many numbers, man. Like, I'd get confused. I wouldn't know what number to give who. But how random that I was in a search. Maybe if I described what nationality she is, you'd maybe understand. But I just thought it was really strange to have a YouTube search history. Puffish, Jonas, same with Facebook and Instagram accounts. Yeah, this was the thing I was saying to Shorty on his thing. He got that chick's. He wanted to get that chick's Instagram. I was like, bro, just get a number. And then he said we'll do a poll for is getting a phone number or Instagram better. But definitely definitely phone number because Instagram like just goes nowhere. Maybe there's a photo they don't like of you, or maybe there's a girl in one of your photos that they get concerned about and they stop replying to you, etc. But yeah, I never give my IG out. Never. Anyway, Puffish, Jonas, Same with Facebook and Instagram accounts. Yeah, okay. Interesting. So you got one for family and one for the hoes. I said that lightly. Bill's odd unit. Yeah, no, right. I thought it was for being mates, but yeah. Anyway. Jonas, you sound like the chick in Baby in Red. I've never seen that movie or whatever it is. Puff, thanks for a good night, Brad. Have a good week. You too, Pufferfish. Thanks for always jumping on the stream when you can. Hope for more streams during the week. See what I can do, mate. I'm working at midnight tomorrow night. Then I'm working till 10 p.m. most nights, but I've been doing too much OT. I'll see what I can do though. Get the Twitter group chat going for stories. I'll try to do that. I'll try to work out how to invite people. Me and Shorty probably got the same tech level. I know it sounds really stupid, but my tech level isn't great, and it's probably because we're the same age. But yeah, I don't know. Even though he's got a mic and stuff, I don't have any mic. Mine's straight out the MacBook Pro speaker. But yeah, no worries, Puff. I'll chat to you soon, anyways. And there you go. I didn't know you guys had 2 phones and 2 Instagrams and 2 Facebooks. That's wild. I had to make a burner Instagram for some chick that went crazy because she was just being nuts. I had to report all her stuff on a burner account, but I didn't follow anybody on that account, that's for sure. Seeing if I can find this multi real quick, because this multi was actually really good. That's really strange too. That I made a group for a super coach for this chick, Kristen, for the single super coach league. I don't think she's ever hit me up since. Her bio was literally this: "Hi, if you're looking for love, keep swiping." Then she goes, and she's wearing a Carlton jumper, mind you. "I'm going to start a Tinder Supercoach League, so swipe right if you want to play and potentially be beaten by a girl." Anyway, in that league, I'm pretty sure she's about 16th on the ladder. And we haven't spoken since. And I said I would make a league specifically for her. And yeah, just I don't know. After that, I just heard nothing from her. I don't think I've ever seen her in chat. Maybe she has. Maybe I don't recognise it. But that was a random one. I wonder if I'll know by her Supercoach team though. I'll have a quick gaze and see if she's updated her team. I'll let you know what the team name is too, if you want to have a gaze. Leagues. Where are we? Single Supercoach. This was the league we made. She is on 19th on the ladder. Her team name, I'll put in there. It's Fish and Crips. So you can tell she's a Blue supporter, but it'd be funny if she was on right now. She's like, "Oh, this is why I don't talk to you, you idiot." But go have a look at this team. It's got these little things in there, whatever these are in there, but you should be able to find it. Has she updated her side? So her side is overall rank of 36,000. She got Sheasel, Houston, Yo, Fisher, Martin, Sicily, and Sexton in her back line as well. Maybe she has completed it. Flanders, Merritt, Sarong, Butters, Rao, Green, Oliver, Bontempelli, Dacos. In the midfield, yeah, right. She's actually done okay. Her forward line is no good though. Okay, so that's what she's done. She's upgraded all her. Oh, because she's playing Flanders in midfield. Anyway, her forward line is actually Heaney, Zorko, Kerno, McNeil, Dowling, Brown. But she can throw Flanders forward and Fisher forward, or at least Sexton forward. So she's actually only one upgrade away from being a full side. She must be still playing because she brought in Brown and put him on the field as well. So, Kristen, if you're listening, I'm going to add you to a rivalry, and hopefully you're watching. That can't be right, JG. No way. Fishing Hoop is secret puffer fish. No way. Because I literally match with her on Tinder, etc. I'll even go back to Tinder and go find her. Hang on. Unless she's deleted me off that. Oh, you are taking the piss. I actually thought you were for real. I was like, that is wild. I can't believe I bought that. Wow, I'm definitely gullible. But out of curiosity, do I actually still have her in here? I'll message her. Or maybe I should got I think I actually got her on Instagram. Maybe I'll see if she's still there. Um Oh, she's still on Instagram. There you go. Yeah, right. Yeah, right. Okay. Interesting. I don't know what I should do. Maybe I should ask her if she wants to go to Richmond and Carlton game. No loss for me. I'm willing to take a risk. When do we play? Play this week. Um, Maybe I should ask her. I'll DM her right now, and I'll actually show you that that I've messaged her. I'll see if she wants to watch a Richmond and Carlton game together. I'm gonna shoot my shot at 10:15 at night. She probably think it's a bit sus, but I'll say, "Hey, do you want to watch a Richmond boys game?" Oh my god, she's actually active on Facebook, on Instagram right now. Oh my god. Oh, Shorty's in the house. Hello, Shorty. Hey, mate. How are you? How was last night? Saw YouTube. Hope you're all well, mate. Hey, Shorty. Wanted to explain to you, too. I was going to ask you out to come out last night. Sorry, that sounds really weird. I'll start again. I was going to ask you to come out last night, but I was like, oh, I'm going to go home early, because I had a fish on the hook, if you know what I'm talking about. And I went out to Sporting Globe around around 6 p.m. with some mates, just dinner and whatever. And I had a whole jug of fruit tingle, right? Then we went to Slate. Now, at this point, I probably should have messaged you, but there was like 5 of us out, right? So after that, 2 of them went home. So there's only 3 of us. It's me and my mate, Serena, and who was my other mate with me? Serena and Will, just the 3 of us. So we're gonna go to Alley Cats or whatever it's called now on the left-hand side from Slate, Shorty. And we decided not to. We decided we'll go there later. So then we go down to this bar called Bam Bam. Now, Serena stayed around for a little bit. Now, that's one of my girl best mates. Anyway, Will was like, oh, the crowd's not really that great here. Anyway, it took about an hour for the crowd to get good, right? So Will was like, I think I'm going to call it a night. I think I might go home, have a bit of 420 and get out of here. I was like, no worries, no worries. I was like, I'm going to stay for a bit and just do Brad things, right? So this is when I probably should have messaged you, right? So I'm like, oh yeah, I'll give you a shorty message in a second. See what he's doing, as if he's floating about, see if he's not sick. Now there's these two birds, and my mate just went home, Will. So I was like, okay, how am I going to play this? There's 2 of them there, they're not waiting for friends. What do we do here, right? So I'm like, oh, would you like a drink? And they're like, no. Would you like a drink? I'm like, well, it is my birthday next week, so I'd love one. So go up to the bar with them and get a drink. I'm like, all right, this is going all right. I didn't have to pay for a drink. That was nice. They shouted me. Anyway, Shorty, at this point, she was like, do you got a friend here with you? And I'm like, no, I don't. He literally just left. I go to ring him. He doesn't answer his phone. So I'm like, okay, well, this is going to be awkward. How do I defer the other one? So chatting with them both, and one of them I was keen. And I was like, oh, so you want to come back? And she's like, oh, I can't really leave my friend. Shorty, I was like, does she want to come around too? She goes, I don't think I could see my mate like that. I was like, yeah, fair enough, no worries. Anyway, she was like, I'll leave you guys to it. So I was like, no worries. So I got home. Now, I was more disappointed at the fact that I forgot to get a HSP on the way home. But this morning, right, after all the rest of it, I won't say, everything was good. Everything was fantastic. This morning, old man has to get up for work at like 9 o'clock in the morning. You know, one of those nights where you don't get much sleep, but you're like, you sort of sometimes you think you do. Woke up tired as anything, and I was meant to have a date at 2 p.m. today, and I still follow through with it. Went Eastern Beach with her, but it's a different one. But I get a message from the other one who left mine at 9 this morning. So I was like, hey, would love to do that again sometime. Um, I think my friend wants to come out with us if you bring your mate again. I was like, yeah, no worries. Anyway, I didn't say which mate, shorty. So if you want to go on a double date, I'll try to tee it up with this chick. So yeah, I'll message her at some point. And if you want to go out when you're not sick, we can. I've got a game plan. It's okay. But even with those two, I don't even have to get those two anyway. But I'll tell you what, my night ended pretty early because I remember I came home and I was looking at the group chat. What group chat? The group chat with the content creators and whatnot that you don't view very often at all, my friend. But I was having a look at there, and I'm like, Clary's done a 32, etc. And anyway, she's like, so what chat is this about? I'm like, oh, just a super coach thing. I do it's just whatever. Anyway, she's like, oh, so is this one of your hobbies or something? I was like, yeah, it's a hobby. Anyway, she's like, oh, can I have a look at your YouTube channel then? Because I told her about it, like very vaguely. Anyway, she has it go. She's like, oh, so that's who you are. She's like, why do you go for live streams for so long? I said, oh, because they're like friends, like quite literally. Anyway, she goes, oh, so how does it work? So I explained this ranking thing, right? So I explained to her, and she goes, oh, you're like a 10K ranking. Why do you call yourself Supercoach Pro? I like could not believe it. I'm like, I was almost like, get out. I'll get you an Uber. Don't even worry about staying. Get your Uber. See you later. I said, oh, years like I've had better years than this, but I said I made it in COVID. I made this channel in COVID. I didn't know what name to come up with, and my sister was like, "Oh, well, why don't you like pro or whatever?" I was like, yeah, "I mean that works. I've made top 1% multiple times. Why not do that?" Anyway, so she has a gig at that. She goes, "Next time you go on a live stream, if I remember, I'll jump on and I'll just trash talk you. I'm like, do whatever you want." Anyway, she's like, if I start my what was it, some hair and beauty thing, she's like, you maybe you can shout out my beauty products and stuff. And I'm like, that is the last thing I want to do is shout out a beauty page on a Supercoach channel. I said, I'm not going to do that. Maybe if you did something footy wise, yeah, potentially, or clothing, yeah, sure, no worries. But my God, it was random. Anyway, so I went at 2 o'clock on this other date with a bird named Maggie, or I think it was Maggie or Robbie, Robbie, I don't know, Robbie. And yeah, she was like, how was your night last night? And I forgot, I couldn't say how my night was, etc. But walking down the beach at the waterfront today, old mate didn't drink coffee. This is the 2 o'clock one, so I missed the Essendon and West Coast game because I was going out with this bird. Anyway, I gave her my number after that, and she said, "Oh, do you got WhatsApp instead?" And I was like, "WhatsApp? I don't use WhatsApp. Just there's my number. Like, I don't know what you mean by WhatsApp." So anyway, I was trying to get a 2-for-1 deal today, and that would have been an interesting night. Would have been my stream would have been delayed, but I did a shorty, and I end up trying to have a nap, and I couldn't have a nap. So I jumped on the stream sooner than what I thought. But who asked for a WhatsApp? Just bro, I just gave you my freaking number. I don't care about this WhatsApp thing. I'm not going to download an app just for you particularly. So that was interesting. And I went to go to my HSP shop because I was really craving it, and they're closing on Sunday. So that was disappointing. But everything else was good. But yeah, there you go. I've got us something if you can at some point when you're not sick and whatnot. But I do apologise for the no message. You're probably like, oh, Brad's out. He hasn't even bloody messaged me. Stitched up. But it wasn't on purpose. I was just thinking about your what do you call it? Your conditions. Anyway, I think I've missed a few things here on the side. JG's working still. This is a different one. Classic. Yeah. Yep. Look, my Supercoach year hasn't been good, but out on the other field, I can play a good game. Shorty, what do you got for me? The guy is a hustle. It's a side hustle, Shorty. If I could make money from that, that'd be different. Oh, that sounds weirder. The more I think about it, double day hook out. I'm all for this. Give me some details on the friend. Well, pretty standard Shorty, there's only like 2 type of operators in Geelong. They're either blonde and blue eyes or blonde and blue eyes. This other chick, I can't remember her name though, Shorty. So I'll see if I can get a photo for you. Let me figure out how I do it. I'll get her on Snap and I'll work out the rest. And then I'll send you a photo. Leave it with me. Leave that one with me. Jack. Yep. Shorty. Channel update, SCPro. All right. What do you got? There's no. No, last night for Brad. No, there was not. No. I said in group chat before, I reckon I scored 135 points in Supercoach last night. Anyway, my mate was pretty disappointed. He's like, "Oh man, I should have stayed." I was like, "You should have." I said, "Just give me a little bit to suss out the room." And when you're with 2 people, like when you're with just you and a mate, you don't go up to a group of 3 or 4. I only go up to a group of 2. It's always got to be even numbers. So if you have a group of 3, you go for a group of 3, etc. I don't really try to play the odds because I've tried to play the odds when you go up with, just 2 of you and you go up to a group of 3 and 4, and it's not as easy because then the other 1 person or 2 left out, and they normally sort of defer their friends away from you because then they're ruining their night supposedly. So it's all a game. But anyway, I don't try to sit with them anyway for more than half an hour. I haven't done anything in half an hour. I haven't got a number or haven't got any progress. I'm out of there. I don't sit and wait all night. That's for sure. Anyway, it's pretty funny. And the birthday thing worked a treat, by the way. So I'm going to say it's my birthday more often than not. Until they see my license, then I'm screwed. Jonas, Brad's Supercoach and Tinder enthusiast. Yeah, I know. I get pretty excited because I've got some funny stuff. Shorty Supercoach, what do you got? Robbie, Brad has been catfished here. I showed him my hair today too because I was wearing a hat on this 2 p.m. date. I should really seriously look at her name. She drives boats, bro. Shorty, what was her name? I'm bad with names, not because I know too many, but she literally, it was Robbie, my bad, drives boats, bro. Like, wow. I couldn't believe it. Old mate had just been to Antarctica. He had the coolest stories about diving and stuff as well. And yeah, I just couldn't believe that she actually drive boats. I was like, I didn't even know what to ask. I said, it just reminds me of Mrs. Puff in SpongeBob driving boats. And she just laughed at me. Probably thought it was a bit of a goose. But yeah, that was pretty wild that she's been in Antarctica. I said, "Oh, did you see Area 51 down there?" And just asking random stuff. But she's been to so many countries. It was ridiculous. I was like, maybe I should get out more. I haven't barely been around Australia. But anyways, I think it was Maggie, bro, went on a date with her today. Imagine if it was the same girl, but that'd be so freaking funny. I'd probably laugh my head off. I'm so bad with names. I remember this very few times, like just before I go to walk up to them, whatever. I've got to literally read the name before I go see him, or else I'll actually forget. Shorty Supercoach, WhatsApp, you'll wake up in the bathroom. Maybe. Well, if that's the case, you'll see Clayton over there too, mate. Oh, yeah, no, wrong one. I know what you mean. No, just kidding. Please do. This is an exciting prospect. It is. I'd say the one I went with last night, probably a solid 9. The other one was, I'd say she's more of an 8, 8.5. But in Shorty's books, I don't know. She definitely wouldn't be below an 8, mate. I was pretty impressed. I thought I was going to get a 2-for-1 deal here. Wouldn't be the first time. But anyway, I might keep this YouTube one on lock in case it gets out of hand and my parents go to view this one. They won't want to see this. Jonas, Shorty, so exciting. He shot. Literally. All right, so what is written? Oh, wait, I got to head to bed, mate. Anyway, no worries, but thought I'd drop in. No worries, Shorty. Enjoy. Don't forget to leave us a like on your way out, Shorty. I'll be listening to your stream this week if it's Wednesday and whatnot. And I'll update you too if I hear from that bird. Hopefully she does reply to me at some point. I'll shoot the shot and see what happens. Can't miss. Rookie coach AFL evening. Oh, how did you go this week? Yeah, it went well, rookie coach. Well, if you want to do a stream sometime, either of you, by the way, and rookie coach, I'm more than happy to send you a link on StreamYard and whatnot. I just always forget to send these links because I end up doing a last minute live, although Sunday lives have been pretty regular most of the time. But this week, my friend, I scored a 2087, I believe. Where are we? 2087, and my ranking now, mate, is I saw your score. You scored like a 2040 or 2050. I don't chuck your thing in there in a sec, but now ranked 9904. I can't English at the moment. But yeah, didn't do too bad. This is my first week where I've actually bounced back after the last two. Does anybody use the notification chats in their Supercoach? Like on the top right hand corner, but where that settings button is, there's like a square button with 3 dots in the middle. I only just had a look at this about 2 weeks ago, and there's active comments about just random things. Who is the best player at 102K? Blah blah blah. And it's literally the people in the chat are from the leagues that you're playing. I didn't know you could chat with people from the leagues that you're actually playing on the Supercoach app itself. And I've no idea who these people are, by the way. But they're actually giving each other all advice in there too, which is really random considering they're playing against each other in the league as well. So I thought that was interesting. And there's a lot of comments in there too. But anyways, I'm almost going to call it a night because I'll have to get out a review, I think, shortly. And then I'm only probably going to do one trade this week. Probably going to go Clary into Rosie. Anyway, just the funny stuff in the chat. So what do you get? You got a 2045 sitting around 18K season over at this point. So just bring in some pods. Don't blame you, mate. Don't blame you. Bring in some pods. See what happens. Which pods you looking at? Also, would be keen for a stream together, bro. Let's tee something up. Sounds good, mate. Does sound good. Message me on Twitter as well, and I'll organise something with you. It might be in maybe a fortnight's time because I won't be able to do a Sunday stream next week, but maybe the week after we do something, mate. I just can't do too many weekday streams, but I'm definitely keen, mate. Kevin, thanks, Brad. Always helpful. No worries. Thanks, Kevin, for sticking around, even though I was deferring and going to random Tinder stories and stuff. I do appreciate people that do stick around and don't mind the wild chat and stuff. It's actually pretty funny when I see all the people still on there, and I'm like, okay, it mustn't be too bad. So anyway, thanks for coming again. Jack, got ahead, Brad, but I've laughed so hard on a live before. Glad you did, Jack. No worries at all. How many trades you got left? Has its. Oh, that sometimes trip me out. That always gets me. I think I just sat on one of my balls. That hurt. How many? I've got 4 trades left. Hazards, 4 trades. Rookie coach wants sick dog, as in Sicily. Yeah, don't mind it. I think the shoulder's back to normal. Obviously, he's still scoring like it hasn't impacted him. Yeah, mate, sounds good. Sunday stream sounds good. Yeah, so it might be not next week, but the week after when I don't got my boy with me. I've messaged you on. You've messaged me anyway on Twitter. I forgot just recently anyway. So we do have that contact anyway. So that would be pretty cool. I'll probably make it not for as long because I don't know what the duration of a collaboration's like, but it's obviously a lot shorter. And it's probably not as off topic as what it is when you got 2 people doing these things. So when it's just me, I just get off topic and it goes for 3 hours, to be honest, sometimes. But anyway, if you got any more questions, chuck them in the next couple of minutes and I'll answer them and whatnot, and then I'll call it a night because we've actually been going for almost 3 hours. I actually can't believe that. I was going to go to gym tonight, but I think I'm just going to eat a bowl of Satana brand. Now, my Satana brand is the equivalent to Shorty's cornflakes. Literally, like I reckon, and sometimes I'll be having 2 Satana brand bowls a day. I'm addicted at the moment. That and cheese. I don't know what's going on. JJ, Captain Houston v Saints this week on Sunday, maybe. Yeah, that would be a shout because they do leak points to defenders, don't they? What did he do last time against them? And no worries, has it's got ahead, mate. We'll come back next week. See you, mate. Thanks, mate. I would appreciate it. Hopefully, I can do a short live stream next week, but I'll just have my boy with me, so it's going to be a little bit harder as he's only one. Houston, that's very potty, JG. That always messes with my mouth saying that as a combination, JG. Maybe because I'm just not very educated. But anyway, what did he do against St Kilda last time? 107, 110, 94. 107, 110, 94. Yeah, okay. Luke Ryan. I'm going to have a look at all these players real quick and then head out. Luke Ryan against Sydney. It actually is. It legitimately is. Every time I see it and try to pronounce it, it's legitimately my kryptonite. I always have to read it for a good 10 seconds like I'm a special. I probably shouldn't say a special person because there's nothing wrong with that. You know what I mean? Mario Sarah's the GOAT. Oh, yuck. Maybe I won't have you on the potty. Mine is disgusting cereal to have. I've had that. Just joking, mate. But, bro, I can't eat that. I've had that once and I actually chucked out the whole bag. I probably should have gave it to people that needed it, but it was awful. I reckon I don't know how old I was, but it tasted like cat biscuits. I don't know if you guys ever had cat biscuits when you're really broke. I'm joking. I've never had cat biscuits when I'm broke, but Luke Ryan against Sydney, no. Jonas Goat, Brad, are you watching a TV show, The Boys? Excuse me. You know when you get those burps and you're hoping it's not one of those vomit burps? Those vomit burps are always nasty and you're always going to think you're going to die. Every time I vomited, I always thought I'm going to die the next minute. I don't know what The Boys are. Let me have a look. Is this a stitch up, Jonas? Potentially The Boys TV series, The Boys. No, I've never seen that in my life. Nah, I have no idea what it is. What is it on? All the protein. I remember I used to eat chocolate dog biscuits every now and then. If I saw a cheeky dog biscuit, I can't remember what dog I had. I was an Irish Wolfhound, and I would have been pretty young. I would have been like maybe 7 or 8, and I thought, well, I want to try these dog biscuits out because they're chocolate, and they actually tasted really good. These chocolate dog biscuits were amazing. Can't remember what brand they are, or else I'd probably low-key go buy them and see if they still taste as good as what they were when I was 7. No, great show. I can't see. Is it on Prime Video, Jonas? Highly recommend. Because there's a few different ones that come up in my search. Or is it Amazon Originals? Because I really don't know. I don't know which one it is. I've only really got Netflix, but I use my mate's Netflix because I'm being a bit of a tight butt in terms of money. I just asked her, can I use your Netflix? And she goes, yeah. So she's named me some weird name on her Netflix. I can't remember what she named me, but it wasn't a nice name. Yeah, I was looking at Supercoach VC and Cs real quick and then heading out to bed or gym or both. Wait, you can't sleep at a gym. That'd be weird. Imagine that, sleeping at a gym. You wouldn't be able to sleep. All that bangers music would drive my head in trying to sleep. No, I'm not going to go Sheasel against the Dogs. I'm not even going to look at Tom Shield as a BC or C. Hate him. Bonson Pelly, I think, is the way to go. Do I trust Sarong against Sydney? No, in case he gets tagged, but I think Jordan goes to Clark. Butters will probably cop the tag from, whatever that shaved head nuffy is from St Kilda. I'm sick of taggers. Taggers are really actually giving me the absolute shits at the moment. Like I can't. It's making the game so annoying. I'm not going to trust any Gold Coast players. What's Gold Coast fixture? Surely they have a decent fixture so they actually can get points. Collingwood, North, Port Adelaide. Oh, the fixture gets better. Giants, Brisbane, West Coast, Essendon, Melbourne, Richmond. Yeah, right. Not going to do anyone there. Tom Green was a shout earlier. I don't know if anyone really go there against Adelaide. What's his history against Adelaide? 134. Could you trust Tom Green? That'd be a huge pod move. Flanders, could you go Flanders? I don't think I want to go Flanders against Collingwood, although it would be a little bit of an obvious pick considering what he did against St Kilda, wouldn't it? Flanders, I don't know. At this stage, I'm thinking Gawn into Bontempelli or maybe Bontempelli into Flanders. Curnow would be a nice captain. I still haven't forgot about Captain Curnow. Isaac Heaney, no thank you. Dane Zorko against Melbourne. Maybe. There's actually too many options, if I'm honest. There's probably the options I like in my team specifically, I suppose, are I probably should look at Dacos. What's Dacos' history? Oh, Dacos, mate. Dacos is 149 and 143 against Gold Coast last two. I never thought of that. Could you go Bont into Dacos? Bont into Dacos maybe for VC and C options. Because, yeah, I might do that potentially. Melbourne are cooked. Maybe Gawn doesn't get as many points because Trask's not in the middle. Bont into Dacos, or I think that's the way I'm leaning at this point. Unless I see something from Pig Mentality. I don't know if you guys seen his stuff, but he's got good VC and C options every week. And then I'm pretty sure Abs does captain videos still. So I might have to have a look at that. See what they say. But my gut feel says Bont into Dacos at this stage. Oh, also, thank you for the few people that subbed tonight. It's just gone up a few, so that was nice. And everyone left a nice like and thumbs up for the live. Thank you for that. Gold Coast have a good fixture every 2 weeks and they play at home. Yeah, okay. I didn't have a look at that. I'm 60 away from 500 too. That's pretty exciting. It's been a long grind. Gold Coast at home. Gold Coast at home are a different beast, aren't they? Absolute different beast at home. I've been doing this for almost 3 hours. How the hell did I do that? They do. They do play every second week, basically. They play this week at home, a fortnight at home, then another fortnight away. Then they play 3 weeks after, then they play Richmond at the G, so it's not actually a bad run. Anyway, I'm going to try to smash out a team review. With limited game knowledge because I was out, of course, and whatever, but I'll talk about the team really quickly. I'll get it uploaded tonight, and then we'll do a team preview. When will we do team preview, Brad? Yeah, no more Thursday games anymore, so I'll do the team preview probably Friday morning or Thursday night, but at this stage, it's probably as easy as Clary into Rosie. How many days do I get to look into that? I've got to do that by Friday night, though, so that'll be interesting. If I literally see Berry line up to stoppage, or I hear Fags talk about anything about Clary getting a tag, I'm done with Clary this week anyway, but that would 100% make me get off him. But surely Rosie can outscore Clary for the rest of the season. I don't know what you guys think. I think I did a poll today on the whole Clary movement. I said Clary a trade out 9 hours ago. This is, and it was a 24-hour poll. 7% said no, 57% said to Rosie, 19% said Wardle, and 17% said other. But the other 17% didn't say which bloody player to pick. So, and I held Fraser in the end over Revel, so that was the right call. I still feel. Anyway, I think that's the comments and whatever have finished for the night. So that's me for the night. I'll upload my video. Thanks everyone for jumping on the stream as always. Appreciate the regulars and some of the new ones I've seen drop by as well, and all the new subs and likes, etc. I have enjoyed tonight thoroughly. So I'll leave it there. Catch you. I'll try to do a stream next Sunday, but like I said, I do got my boy. So it depends if he's asleep at a reasonable hour. If not, it'll be the following Sunday. But likely to catch me on a weekday stream at some point anyway. Potentially, you know what I'm like. I always get excited for a midweek stream. And I'll leave it there, and I'll talk to you on the next. Cheers for watching, everybody.